Okay, I think we are live. I seen the green light. That means we are live. Chris, can you hear me, my friend?
I can hear you. Can you?
I could, and I think I just lost you. So wait a minute. I think you're
There
coming
he
back.
is.
There you are.
I was like, yeah, I absolutely
Yeah,
can hear you. And then
yeah.
everything went black, and I was
Everything
like,
went black. That was good.
oh, it's well.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's get everybody coming in the room. There's over 160, 170 people coming in the room right now, and we've got a bunch more signed up to get in. So as you guys are coming into the room, do me a favor. Put your first name, where you're tuning in from in the chat. Would love to give you a little shout out and to see where you're all coming from tonight. You know, as far as tuning in from. We usually get people from all over the world. I know I had a lot of people email me saying that they were going to be attending, that were at different time zones, and a couple people saying it's going to be 1 a.m. in the morning. So I just want to say we're excited about this workshop. This is a workshop that we have not done this version. We have done another version of this, but we have updates of this. And that just threw me off, Chris.
I had to turn my fan on. It's a sauna in here.
Yeah, I just literally had the other thing playing in my ear. Okay, so we haven't done this one as far as everything that we're going to be covering here. We're going to be strictly talking about launches and as far as like list building to build that launch list. We've got some updates, meaning we've built a list and now we've launched to it, which a funny story, we weren't even planning on this product that we're launching being even launched the time that we're doing this workshop. It just happened that our product went live 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I think it is. And then we sent out 2 emails. So we've got some data that we want to share with you, some information, some pretty awesome information that I'm excited about. And we're going to really just be talking about how to build your launch list, what a launch list will do for you, and then also why it's an asset that every business, e-commerce business should have, especially if you're selling only on Amazon. And I just really want to stress that. But we're going to be covering a lot of information. It's going to be broken down, as we always do, chunks, bite-sized pieces. But this way here, you can walk away with a plan and with a strategy of how to actually put all these pieces together. Because a lot of people say, well, Scott, isn't it difficult? Do I need to do I need to have like a tech background? And the answer is no, you don't. You can figure this stuff out, and we're going to actually show you how we figured it out and how we've really streamlined the process, and also how we've done this multiple times now. Another little funny story here, Chris, that I need to share is before we did our live event in Arizona, our plan was to go out there and build an email list of 1,000 people in a market that we weren't even in. And we were overachievers. We did better than that. We did 7,160 or 62 emails in 30 days. So pretty crazy. We're going to share that with you guys. I'm going to actually walk you through the case study of actually how we did that, and then also how we've repeated that 3 different times. And actually in a couple markets, we've done it multiple times. So very excited about that. Chris, why don't you talk a little bit about the chat, how that's going to work? I see a bunch of people rolling in here, so I want to quickly give people some shout outs, but go ahead and talk about the chat real quick.
Yeah, so guys, Scott is going to be manning the chat for a lot of tonight. I'm going to be doing a lot of the yelling at you guys. So if you do have any questions at any point, leave them in the chat. We do like to leave that open throughout the entire workshop so that you can ask us any questions exactly when you have them. Scott, I think, is going to do his best to try to keep up with you guys in the chat. But if we don't chat back to you, it's not because we're ignoring your question. It's because we are going to save that for the big chunkin' Q&A at the end. And so we are going to cover a lot of the stuff. This is new material for a lot of you guys. And so as we work our way through the different topics that we're going to cover here tonight, we are going to answer a lot of the questions that you have earlier on. So don't be afraid to ask them, but just be aware that if we don't get to it right away, it's not because we're ignoring it. It's either because we're going to save it for the Q&A, or it's because it's something that we cover just a little bit later. So you're going to be able to get that connection there as well. Scott, who's hanging out with us tonight, man?
Oh, man, we got a ton of people. Ryan G says hello. GC says, what's up? Dan says, nice shirt. Pete says, I'm so ready. Melster, hello from Crazy Woman from Kansas. Power AMZ from, it says, I don't know, so whoever that is. So, Susie from, looks like Pennsylvania, your neck of the woods, Chris.
Chambersburg, that's definitely my neck of the woods.
Richard from Garland, Texas. Danzo from White Plains, New York. Nam from LA, David from Toronto, William from Arkansas, Bill from Houston, Texas, Lori from Kansas City, Edwin from Reno, Nevada. Let's see. We've got Danny from NYC. Launched my first product just a month ago. Congratulations on that. Andy from Michigan. Heather from Ontario, Canada. Jeff from Virginia. Pete from North Carolina. Andy from Japan in the morning. What is up? Julie from Sydney, Australia. Joe from, it says Houston. Nate from Pennsylvania, Christian from New Jersey. Wow, we've got a bunch of people, Chris, flying in today, and I am super excited. I mean, not literally flying in, but they're flying in the chat. So I just want to say, guys, I am really excited you guys are here. We're going to kick this thing off right on time at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. That's when we're going to go live here, which is in about 3 minutes. We'll give it about 3 to 4 more minutes. Like Chris said, we are going to deep dive into exactly how you can build your own launch list. And it's not just, a lot of people think, why do I need this? Or, if I have this thing, what do I do with it? We're going to cover all that stuff, but I want you guys to imagine that you have a list like this that you can send emails to and let people know of your products that are coming out, or maybe allowing them to help you create your next product because you can get their opinion, their feedback on that stuff. Or maybe you have a brand and you want to then take those people and say, hey, I just posted something on Facebook. Go over and let me know what you think. And then they start getting some social interaction. There's so many different things that you can do. And Chris actually brought up a funny point here called the mullet marketer. And there's a reason why he said that. We're going to share that a little bit later. But imagine a mullet on a marketer. And there's actually something behind that makes a lot of sense. And we'll discuss that later.
We have some cool stuff coming for you guys at the end, but if you stay throughout the entire workshop, there's also something that I'm not going to say you'll like, but you'll definitely never forget. And so I think we're going to have a little bit of fun at our own expense here tonight as well. We always, but we're going to have a little bit more tonight. Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit. So guys, if you do have questions, drop them in the chat. If you have any issues with maybe a blurry image, or maybe the audio's chopping up, or whatever it is, you can always hit the reconnect button on this page and do that. Okay. And if you do have other problems other than that, you can always reclose your browser, try to reopen that, or you can just go ahead and just submit it into the chat, and then we could drop a link in there to the YouTube link, which who knows if that's even going to work. But tonight, I'm feeling pretty good. I think we got a good connection here tonight. It seems pretty good, and I know I shouldn't be saying that because I'll probably break something. But anyway, guys, we are going to be deep diving. We're going to start here in about 1 minute. So again, guys, while you're coming in, a lot of you are just coming in now. Let me just kind of do a little recap here. We want to know where you're tuning in from. Put your first name in the chat, where you're tuning in from. We would love to see that. If you guys have questions, either now or during the workshop, drop them in the chat. We'll come back to those later and we will answer them. I promise you. And for those of you that are just coming in, we are going to be deep diving, and we're going to be giving you guys a case study, actually some real-time results, something that just happened yesterday and today from a test that we did, which is really awesome. And it proves exactly what we're doing is working. So it's just, I just want to get into it. There's just so much that I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to be able to share that here tonight. So Chris, maybe you should give us a little bit of maybe what's going to happen in the chat, or how people should use the chat, or connecting issues, all that technical stuff that you usually deal with, and then we can get started.
Sounds good. So guys, like we said, the chat is going to be open throughout the entire thing. You guys can ask any questions that you have at any point. And while we may not get to them directly in the chat, we are going to save anything that we don't answer in the chat for the long form Q&A at the end. The other disclaimer that I wanted to give you guys is we are going to be covering a lot of new material for most of you tonight. So if you do have questions, a lot of them are actually going to be answered further into the material as we work our way through here tonight. So if we don't get back to every single one that you have, it's because it's either answered later or we're going to save it for you at the end as well. If you guys do have any technical issues here tonight, whether the audio goes out, video goes out, try hitting that reconnect button. Otherwise, let Scott know in the chat. And Scott, do you have that YouTube link?
I do not handy, but I can find it. Let me, if I find it, I'll go ahead and I'll drop it in there. It should be up on the other page, but I'll find it. I'll drop it in there when we can convert over there to where you're given the slides.
And the other thing is, GC said he came only because of the promise in the PS of your email. Otherwise, he wasn't going to come tonight. Now he's excited. And so we're setting expectations.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Pete says,
Absolutely.
can't wait for the meetup in Charlotte. Scott, it is 8:02 Central Time, which makes it 9:02 Eastern Time, if I can do math. Are you
Yeah.
ready to kick this thing off?
I think I'm ready. I think you're going to be the one that's going to be guiding the ship today. You're going to be running the slide deck. So if you want to go ahead and switch over there, and I'll turn my camera off, and that'll be awesome. Bear with us, guys. We're going to connect over now. So hopefully everything works. I do see the screen, so that's always a good news. Chris, I can see the screen. Can you still hear me?
I can. Let me click. Can you see the thing that says stop sharing and hide?
No.
Okay, I'm going to hit hide and let me know if you can still see my screen, because that was right in the middle of all of the stuff that I was looking at.
Yeah, no, it looks good. Looks good. I would just move your mouse out of the way. There we go. And yeah, everything looks great.
All right. What do you say
So-
we put this thing in drive, man?
Let's put the thing in drive. Let's do this. All right, guys. So if you guys are just tuning in, I want to remind you guys though to turn off your cell phones or mute them down at least. I want you guys to pay attention to this. I'm telling you right now, this here is a paid class. Like we could charge money for what we're going to share with you. We're going to give it to you guys for free. But I want you guys to pay attention. All right. I want you to mute down Skype or any notifications. I want you guys to imagine you guys rolled into our class and you're going to be with us for the next 90 minutes. All right. That's what I want you guys to do. Because I'm telling you, what we're about to share with you could dramatically change your business now and in the future. Like this is foolproofing your business for the future. And really what we're going to be talking about is product launch list building. Okay. We're going to talk about how to grow your business using assets that you control. And that asset is that launch list or a list in general. Okay. So, Chris, if you want to advance to the next slide. Okay. So Amazon changed the rules. You guys might have heard about this. A little bit of bad news, right? No more discounts in exchange for reviews. Uh-oh. What are we going to do now? Uh-oh. I've had people say we better bail. We better get out of this, right? Here's the deal, guys. It is going to be harder to launch products now. It just is, right? If you can't rely on a review group to go out there and get some discounts on your product in exchange for a review, it's going to be a little bit harder. But it's not the end of the world. And these changes have been happening in all kinds of markets through the years. Google's made huge updates. People have lost their rankings overnight. eBay has changed tons. I've seen it. All right. Yes, it's going to be harder to launch. But Chris, can you go back to that last slide? There we go. Okay, so harder to launch products is, yes, it is. But I'm going to show you tonight, it isn't really that much harder if you do what we're about to share with you. Okay, some people say it's harder to boost your sales. Yeah, it is if you're relying on review groups. It's harder to rank for keywords. Yes, if you're relying on these other sources. But that's not what we're going to do. So there is some good news. All right, and that good news is that we can build our own targeted list. We can launch products easier. We can boost sales whenever we want, and we can control and own a real asset. And what do I mean by that real asset? It means that, again, just like I said, we control the traffic. If we want to get a boost in our BSR, we can send an email. If we want to send people over to a blog post that we wrote that is wrapped around our content, that wraps around our products, we can do that. If we want to boost something out there in our social media platform, we can do that. All right. So there's so many advantages to this, but we got to be able to go out there and find our audience. And then we need to target them with something that they want in exchange for their email address. Then we can go ahead and build this launch list. And that's what we're going to share with you here tonight. So go ahead, Chris. Okay. So here we go. So the old way, like I said, review groups. Okay. Want to receive discounts in exchange for a review. So imagine those guys on the left with those red hands there, and they're all saying, yes, I want to receive discounts on products. I don't care what the product is. I don't care if it's a garlic press. I don't care if it's a fishing pole. I don't care if it's a coffee mug. I want to get a discount. I'm just a discount seeker, right? Now, we were launching our products to these people and we were getting what we wanted. We wanted to get sales and reviews. That's what we were after. Okay. But then after that, we spent that money. We spent a lot of money on doing that. And then you don't have anything to show for it. You've got maybe some ranking that you got overnight and then it went away. And we have no way to really follow up with those people, but we might get a few reviews. Okay. But that doesn't exist anymore. We can't even do that. So it's actually better now because the new way is we target our list. We find the people. We go out and we find the people. Like if we're selling in the fishing market, I'm going to go out and find the people that like fishing gear. Okay. And there's ways that we're going to show you how to do this. So imagine going out into that area or that arena of those people and saying, hey, listen, I've got a fishing pole and I've got a tackle box and I've got a fishing net. Are you interested in this stuff? And they're going to raise their hand and say yes. And then I'm going to get their email address. Now I have a targeted email list, which is my launch list, which is my communication list that I can get more intelligence about my market. There's so much more I can do. That's why that will really, really help your business. And there's a whole bunch of other cool ninja things we can do with that email list, like upload it to Facebook and retarget them. But I'm not going to get into that right now, but there's a ton that we can do. So the old way, the review groups, yeah, it was a shortcut and some people were abusing it, probably still are. But the long-term play, 2017 and beyond, is finding your audience, putting an irresistible offer in front of them in exchange for their email address and building that list. And then from there, delivering value. Like that's the secret. And you're probably asking, how do you do that? Well, that's what we're going to cover here tonight. So Chris, if you want to go ahead and advance. Okay, so what are we going to be covering here today? Actually, Chris is going to be leading the ship here today. He's going to be going through the first part of this workshop. He's going to go through all of the different components on how to put all this together. All right. But we're really going to be showing you how we were able to get 7,160 emails in 30 days in a market we knew nothing about. And we did this. If you guys came in late, you didn't hear me say this. We did this as an experiment because we were doing a case study for a live event that we were about to do. And we just wanted to get 1,000 emails. We ended up getting 7,160 emails, and it actually worked. All right. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did that in my part, which will be in the middle of this workshop. Chris is, again, going to give you all the fundamentals, kind of how everything gets built, how everything gets put together, and then I'll walk you through that case study. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing. So Chris, why don't you take it away, brother? Why don't you dive into what we are really going to be covering here right now?
So guys, why build a list? And Scott touched on a few of these things, but building a list is really about creating an asset that you own. A list gives you more control over your own sales, whether that's for a launch, whether that's long-term, whether that's on Amazon, whether that's off Amazon. But the really big thing, and something that a lot of people miss when they're talking about emails, is it lets you build trust and long-term relationships with your customers. So you can use this for things like we're going to be showing you here tonight, like launching new products, but you can also reach out to that list if you want to drive traffic somewhere else. The other really powerful thing that you can do because you're building that trust and long-term relationship is you can ask them questions like, what product should I launch next? And you're going to get feedback from people who are willing to raise their hand and actually buy your product, which makes these things extremely, extremely powerful. Now, what we're really talking about is creating your launch list. That's what tonight is focused on. And a launch list allows you to do 3 things inside of Amazon very, very easy. The first is a new product launch, right? If you're trying to launch, you're getting that new product boost and you're getting sales. The second is a back in stock boost. If you run out of inventory for whatever reason, and you want to rank better once you start to get back in stock, you can send an email to that same list and they're going to buy some units and help boost you back into stock. The third is a random BSR boost. If you want to just move that keyword up the page, move up where you rank, you can do the same thing and bring in some additional sales. Really, having a launch list is kind of like having your own iPhone line. And if you guys have been around long enough to have seen an iPhone release, and I hope all of you have, you've seen pictures or videos like this where they take the picture of a front of an Apple store and there's hundreds or thousands of people lined up on launch day. Rain, snow, sleet, or shine, does not matter. Those people are there. Having a launch list gives you this for your Amazon business. Now, do me a favor and imagine what having a line like that one, the one we were just looking at that has hundreds of people lined up on day one to buy your next product. If you had a line like that for your Amazon business, what would that do for you? And do Scott and I a favor and just drop that in the chat really quick. Guys, it's going to come down to 3 big questions today. And a lot of you guys are probably thinking, where do I even start? I've heard you guys talk about lists in the past, but where do I even start? And we're going to tackle that for you. The second one is, okay, great. Now I know where to start, but how do I find people who even care? How do I locate an audience for my list? And then the last one is, awesome, they're on the list, but how do I actually get them to line up? So I'm ready to dive right in. Scott, are you about ready to go?
I am ready to go. Sorry, Chris, I was in the chat. I'm not usually on this side of things, but yes, I am. And I just wanted to say, I think it was Wade said in the chat, he says, I think I already seen this. And you may have seen what we had taught like about funnels and stuff. And we shared part of the case study, but we've had some updates that we're giving here. And we've kind of like restructured this, and we've actually learned a little bit since we've actually went through it. We went through it a while back, Chris. Now it's got to be a couple of months ago, but this is actually, this is definitely new and different information that we're going to be sharing. The case study that we shared is definitely one that we had shared before, but now it's updated, and we have some data that we've just collected yesterday and the day before, actually, to be quite honest with you. So anyone else that's been on before, it's going to be new stuff. Anyone that's never been on, this is totally new stuff for you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, we're giving you guys like the stuff that's happening like right now. Like, that's what we're doing. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there.
Chris in the chat says, I think I'd sell a product or two. I think he's being a little smart with us there. Christian says, I would go out of stock. Donna says, second product hit Amazon today. Congrats, Donna. Can't wait to hear all this info. So guys, I'm ready to go. If you guys are ready to go, give me a yes in the chat and we will get rolling. Now, guys, what we're going to focus on first is, where do I even start? Like, why would people even want to be on my list? And to be quite honest with you, when you start to think about this question, if you haven't ever done this before, a lot of people throw out all of these complex solutions. And a lot of people think that you need like a full website. You need to have all of these pages. You might need to hire somebody like me to do your paid traffic. You need a fancy ebook. And let's be honest, guys, we all need more hours in the day. This is just one more thing that I don't have the time to do. But to be quite honest with you guys, you need two simple things. And I think it's something that everybody in this room can do. You need to do one, find something cool, and step two, show it to people. I'm willing to bet all of you guys can do that, but we're going to show you how to do those two things right now. And the real question is, how do we do those two things? Now, the method that Scott and I like, and there's a couple methods, but the best method that we have found so far, the most repeatable method that we have found, is through a giveaway, and it's a product giveaway. We like to use product giveaways to get interest. And there's two main kinds of giveaways that we're going to focus on here tonight. There's the single product giveaway, and then there's the bundle giveaway. And that's either going to be like the ultimate kit bundle or a starter pack bundle. Now, for single product giveaways, get ready for this one, guys. Strap in. The prize is a single product, right? It's one thing. This works really well if you can find a high ticket item in your market, something worth over $150. The example that I like to use here is, if you sell an ice cream scoop, something that you might want to use for a giveaway would be this awesome Knox 1.5 quart ice cream and gelato maker with the Keep Cool feature. Now that retails on Amazon for $169, which beats that $150 mark that we're looking for. And it would qualify for a single product giveaway. This is something, if somebody was interested in my ice cream product, they clearly eat ice cream, so they may also be interested in this. And we know that they're going to need an ice cream scoop when they're done with their new 1.5 quarts of ice cream or gelato. The second kind of giveaway falls into that bundle type of giveaway, which is the starter pack. These are perfect for entry-level audiences. And the example that I like to use here is like the home cooking essentials starter kit, right? If you sell a garlic press, which is our favorite example here at The Amazing Seller, you might want to give away something to home cooks. Your garlic press probably isn't going to sell to 5-star chefs, so you need to focus on the beginners, right? And you could put together a bundle of some low-end pans, some dishes, some knives, some utensils, all of those kinds of complementary things to your garlic press. You'll see in this picture, there's even a cheese grater and a whisk in there. All of those things would be needed by people who are just getting started in home cooking, which would be an ideal audience if you have a garlic press. The other kind of twist on the kit giveaway or the bundle giveaway is the ultimate kit. And this is perfect if you're targeting that like middle to high end of the market, those enthusiasts. If you're creating a better product than something that's already out there that all of the entry-level people have, this is one of the best ways to do a go-to. And you'll see Scott gave the example a little bit earlier of like the bass fisherman or the pro fisherman. And so this might be something that they're interested in. If we had a new tackle box for bass fishermen, we might want to put together a really cool kit of some top-of-the-line gear, right? Some awesome waders, some cool boots, some fly ties, some fishing rods, and a net, right? All of these things would be something that would appeal to the enthusiast, not necessarily just the entry-level person. The real question is, how do I find these ideas? There's a lot of markets that the things will just come to you, right? If you're selling a garlic press, cooking stuff. If you're selling fishing stuff, but not every market leads itself to that immediate idea. And so there's a couple really cool different ways that we're going to talk about here tonight. The first is Pinterest. If you guys aren't using Pinterest, go just check the site out and type in some of your keywords and see what comes up. You're going to come up with a lot of really cool ideas, not just for design and packaging, but for things like giveaways. The second is a Facebook group. And quite honestly, guys, every niche has Facebook groups. And all you have to do is join that Facebook group. And a lot of times you'll see people chatting back and forth, just like you do in the Amazing Seller group, about the different things that they like and the things that they want to add to their business, right? The same thing happens in cooking or in fishing. They're going to talk about the new fly fishing rod that they think is really cool. And you can get some ideas that way. The other thing is you can just ask. You can put up a poll or you can put up a question in one of those groups and say, hey, if you guys could win a prize that was, under $200 or $200, what would it be? And let them chime in and give you those ideas. The third is blogs. Bloggers that are out there in your niche are almost always on top of the newest, hottest products in the market. And so you'll be able to get a lot of really good ideas for single product giveaways and for bundle giveaways from bloggers. The fourth one is one that's a little weird for most people because they've never been on the site, but there's a site out there called reddit.com. And they have a subsection of their site called Shut Up and Take My Money. And on that subsection of the site, it's people posting things that they would buy if they had the money for them. This is a fantastic place to go. Just go to Google, type in Shut Up and Take My Money, and it'll take you right there. And you can go in there and see all kinds of things in all kinds of markets that if the people had the money to buy it, they would buy. The last one and kind of the most obvious one is just a Google search for your market. Now, the easy way to do this is just to type in your keyword plus the word giveaway. If you notice in the search bar here, you're going to want to throw quotation marks around your keyword so that you're sure that it's included. This is what Google calls a Boolean search for those of you who are tech savvy. But what it's going to do is it's going to filter down a little bit further out of kind of the generic bunk search results. And it's going to show you only things that include vacuum cleaner and giveaway, right? So you'll see here that we have a Miley vacuum cleaner giveaway, right? If you were selling vacuum cleaner filters, this would be a search that you would use, right? So what you can do is you can come through here and you can take a look at some of the different giveaways that have taken place, either are taking place right now or have taken place in the past, and you'll come across some results like this. And you guys may have seen this slide previously, and I really liked this. The Shark Rocket Complete with Duo Clean Technology giveaway, right? So this site gave away the Shark Rocket Complete. And if you were selling accessories for the Shark Rocket Complete or filters for the Shark Rocket Complete or other vacuum cleaners, this might be a really good giveaway for you. And you'll notice one of the things that you'll get out of this search, in addition to the ideas, is you'll get to see how successful they were. This particular giveaway ended in November of last year, and they were able to get 31,730 emails. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I would be ecstatic if I had 31,000 people lined up on the day that I needed to launch my product from something as easy as this. Now, the other kind of side of this is, well, what do I do? How do I do it? And what do I actually need to do this? And we're going to explain this to you guys in a little bit later. But once you have that idea, all you need to be able to do is write a headline that has the name of the giveaway in it and upload up to 5 images. And it's going to be dead simple. Scott's going to walk you through that at the end. And then he's going to explain just a little bit about this shot and how important those little social icons are. That's going to come up at the end. So if you guys have any questions about the tech, we're going to walk you guys through that as well. Now, I have a question. Based on what you guys have seen so far, do you think that you can all go out and do those two things? Can you find something cool that would appeal to your market? And do you think that you could show it to them? Right? That's all you have to do this. You don't need a massive website. You don't need to hire a traffic guy. You don't need to do any of those kinds of things. You just need to find something cool that would appeal to your market and show it to them. So let me know yes or no in the chat if that's something you guys all think you can do. And while you're doing that, we're going to move on to that second question, which is, okay, I understand what I'm going to catch them with. They're going to be interested in the giveaway, but where are these people that you're talking about? Like that vacuum cleaner one where there was 31,000 people. Where did those people come from? We're going to show you some really cool ways to find those people. And it's very, very easy. And we touched on this a little bit earlier, but what most people think you need to do is hire me to drive your traffic or learn about pixels, click-through rate, cost per click, cost per lead, all of these terms that get thrown out. Spend tons of money making marketing mistakes and advertise everywhere to get those kind of results. You need to be on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Google, Bing, Yahoo, all of these kinds of places. And the honest truth is, guys, you don't. You need to do two things. You need to pick one way that you know is going to work, and you need to be consistent with it. Consistency is key here. And right now, we're going to show you 2 easy ways that you can find basically unlimited traffic to drive to your giveaways. The first is going to be with Instagram ads. And one of the case studies that we're going to show you in just a little bit, we used Instagram ads as kind of the jumping off point, and they work extremely well. If you guys aren't familiar with Instagram, I would absolutely suggest checking it out. But Instagram ads are one of the easiest types of ads that you can run. We're going to walk you through this process, and you're going to see just how simple it is. The first thing you need to do is go to Instagram.com. The second thing you need to do is type in your niche, right? And what you'll see is kind of in the screenshot here on the right, you'll see a hashtag that comes up, but that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for are the profiles, and you'll see that they have the little profile icon next to them, like Cooking Light, Cooking for Bae, Cooking.room, Cooking22, and I think the last one on that list is Cooking for Husband. And we're actually going to click into those profiles. And what we're looking for here is two things primarily. The first thing is the number of followers, and you'll see Cooking.room has 224,000 followers. That means if we're able to come to an agreement with them and place an ad on this channel, it could potentially get seen by 224,000 people who are interested in cooking. That's a handful of garlic presses, right? The second thing that we're going to be looking for here is we're going to read through the bio, and we're going to look for the word ad, advertising, or for an email address. And if we read through the bio here, we'll see that it says cooking, cakes, food, new posts every day, be active and enjoy, nothing but food, send your videos to direct, or advertising to direct. So there's two ways that people will ask you to advertise on Instagram. The first is either direct message them. The second is they'll have an email address in their profile, in which case you can just email them. In this case, and this seems to be more and more common now, they're asking you to direct message them. So all you'll have to do is direct message them and ask them the question. Once you've found somebody that works, you can click on this little arrow up here by follow, and it will bring up other pages that are very, very similar to the one that you just found. So let's just say we found Cooking Room. We were able to come to an advertising agreement with them. We then click on that down arrow, and it brings us up these suggested pages. In addition to the 224,000 people that we might reach with Cooking Room, we also get to see Geeky Cookering. Cookering apparently is a word. Cooking, Country Food, Eat Room, Happy Foodie, right? All of these are potentially tens or hundreds of thousands of additional people that we could reach out to. Very, very simple, very straightforward. Now, if they ask you to send them a message, you go ahead and do that. And really, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is talk to them like you were talking to anybody else, right? It's going to pull up a menu that looks just a little bit like this, and you just send them an outreach message, and you say, hey, Cooking Room, I'm interested in advertising a cool contest that I think your audience would love. Do you mind letting me know how much it is? And they'll tell you how much it is, and they'll tell you how long they'll put your picture up for, and then you either agree to pay them or you don't. And it's that simple. You can do this over and over and over again on Instagram in virtually every space. And we've done this extremely successfully. And Scott is going to show you guys a few of those examples at the end. But it's just that easy, guys. All you have to do is send them a message. But one of the other questions that we get is, can I do this without paying for ads? Yes, you can. Now, it's not going to be easy. Instagram is easy. Facebook is pretty easy. It's a little more complex, but it's pretty easy. If you don't have a budget at all, or you have some extra time, this method can be extremely effective as well. And what we're talking about is outreach, kind of similar to that Instagram direct message outreach, but to bloggers, YouTubers, Instagram accounts. We can just ask them to post for free, Facebook groups, and forums like reddit.com, right? All of these places have lists of people that might be interested. And all we have to do is find a list. So my suggestion to you is to run a Google search for your niche plus blog or plus giveaway. Now, you should already be doing that to find ideas, but what you're gonna also find is a bunch of bloggers who are doing those giveaways in your space. The other way that you can do this is you can actually use Thomason.com. A lot of us think of Thomason.com as just a way to get reviews, but Thomason.com is actually a network of bloggers. And again, all you're doing is sending an outreach email, and it's going to look very similar to that message I sent on Instagram. Your email is basically just going to say, hey, blogger name, I saw your blog. I think it's a fit. If you're interested, we're running this giveaway. I think your audience would love it. And they'll either give you a yes or a no. This is not as easy as doing something like an Instagram ad, but if you don't have the budget to do it, this is one way to do it. And these can be extremely, extremely effective because some of these bloggers have lists at least the size of that 224,000 Instagram page. Now, again, all you have to do this is go to Google and type in your keyword plus blog. And you'll see here, if we are doing the garlic press example, we're going to type in cooking plus blog. And you'll see here the first person that comes up is the Pioneer Woman, which is Ree Drummond. She's probably not going to advertise our giveaway for us. It's worth an email, but Smitten Kitchen might. And then the third result down, this is going to be the gold mine that you're looking for, is the top 500 cooking blogs, right? You could go there and get the list of everybody and email them and ask them if they're interested in advertising your contest to their list, because it's something that's going to give value to their email subscribers and to their blog readers as well. And a good number of people are going to be willing to do that in conjunction with you. Now, all you have to do once you've found one of the sites is go to their contact us page and find their email. It's that easy, guys. Copy, paste, and then send them the message. It's not all that complex. The third question that we're going to tackle for you guys here tonight, we've already answered what we're going to do to get people's attention. We've already showed you 2 different ways to get traffic. The third and probably the most important question is, they're on my list. Now what? Like, how do I actually get them to line up to be a part of my iPhone line on launch day? And the answer to that is pretty simple. We're going to email them. That's why we're capturing their email address. Now, again, guys, one of the things that's extremely complex for people is that they think that they need to be Best Buy or Amazon when it comes to email. And so they struggle because they don't know how to build these beautiful newsletters that have pictures and images and buttons and all of these kinds of things. But you don't need to be Amazon. You don't need to be Best Buy. What you actually need to do is very similar to what you need to do for the giveaway. You need to find cool stuff and share it. And by doing that, you're going to provide real value to your list. You're going to be able to do things with your list because you're providing them with value. You're not just sending them buy me stuff, which is a lot of what you're going to get from Amazon or Best Buy. It's pretty, but that's what it is. There's no value in it unless you are in the market for a high-def television. The third thing you're going to need to do is when you're ready, you actually have to ask them for something. And the thing that's interesting is if we look at these types of emails that people think they need to send, they actually don't perform as well as the emails that we're going to show you guys how to write tonight. Fewer people open them and fewer people click on them. So the emails that we're going to show you are dead simple, very easy, and they actually perform better than the fancy ones that everybody thinks that they need to send. It's kind of cool. I have a question. Who wants to see this super secret email? And I say that half jokingly and mostly tongue in cheek because there is no secret, guys. This is very, very simple. All we're doing is finding stuff and sharing it with our audience, just like we would with our friends. Now, this is the super secret email that all of you guys are curious about. It's not that difficult. All I've done is went out and found a piece of content that my list for my garlic press is going to find entertaining or useful. So if you take a look at the email, it says, I just found a cool trick to help you clean up. My subject line isn't even correct. I have to say, one of the biggest pains in my butt as a garlic press lover is cleaning my garlic press. I know, it sounds crazy if you don't have a garlic press, but getting all that delicious garlic off the press was always such a hassle until I found this really cool YouTube video. I'm linking to a YouTube video. I didn't create it. I went to YouTube, typed in garlic press, and found it. If you have a two-piece garlic press, you need to take a look at this. It's going to make your life so much easier. I know it did for me. If you have another trick that you use, let me know, and I'd love to share it with the Press On community. All we're doing is going out, finding another piece of content, sharing it with the audience, and writing a sentence or two around that. It's very, very simple, but it does a couple really, really powerful things. The first is it builds connection. It shows off your personality, and it creates a personal connection with those people. The reason that the Best Buy and Amazon type emails don't perform as well as the simple text-based ones is because everyone knows that they're a sales email. That's all they are. And everyone knows that. It's no different than when you get the Sunday paper and you have the giant Best Buy circular in there, right? Everybody knows that when they get an email from Best Buy, that's what they're doing. They're selling you. When you write these types of emails, you're able to show off your personality and create that personal connection. These emails also help keep you in touch, and they make sales more effective when you're actually ready to ask for them. Now, on the back end of that giveaway, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run a Google search for your niche, right? And I kind of dove into this already. And you're going to want to find 3 to 5 pieces of content that you didn't even necessarily create, and then share that cool content that you find. This is going to let you keep in touch with these guys for 3 to 5 weeks because we're going to send them once a week. So I'm pretty sure everybody could do that. Everybody could go to Google right now, type in their niche, find 3 to 5 cool pieces of content that they could share, and then schedule those emails out. And that's one of the cool things about using something like ConvertKit is you guys could right now, let's say you had your giveaway ready to go. You could go find those 3 to 5 pieces of content. You could pre-schedule all of those emails so you don't even have to think about it. And then you're covered for 3 to 5 weeks. Then you can announce the giveaway winner and send them the sales email. And that's kind of the big thing that's still hanging over our heads at this point, right? We know how to get people's attention, we know how to get traffic, and we know how to keep connected with them and build that launch list. But what about on launch day? What do we need to do? Where's the magic? What's the secret sauce there? It's not all that much different, guys. It's very similar to that last email that you saw. We're going to start with some personality because we want to create that personal connection, and we're going to tell them a story about the product. What's the product going to do for them, and how will it help them get delight or avoid pain? And those 2 things I think are critical and something that a lot of people miss. We're not just going to give them the features. We're not going to say it's round, it's happy, it's, it'll make your life better, right? How is it going to make their life better? Or how is it going to how is it going to help them avoid pain, right? Is it a problem or is it going to give them joy? And the primary example of this is a template that we have, and it goes a little something like this. It says, hey, first name, if there's one thing I hate, it's garlic that goes to waste. And while for some of us that's not possible because we eat it straight off the bulb, don't worry, I won't tell anyone your secret. For the rest of us, the Press On team has come up with something pretty cool, right? So we're doing a couple things in that first paragraph. If you guys look back here, we're starting off with some personality, right? We're making a joke at our own expense and at their expense as well. And then we're going to go into the story, right? So we're saying this cool thing that we're talking about is the Press On Garlic Saver. And yes, before you asked, it is shaped like a garlic bulb. After hours in the lab, and by lab we mean our kitchens, the Press On team has come up with a way to keep your garlic fresh for 45 extra days. That's right, your garlic can be store-bought fresh for up to 60 days, right? So we're telling them a little bit of a story. We're saying, we were slaving hard in the lab in our kitchens, and here's this cool thing that we came up with. It's made from ceramic to lock in the freshness and keep chemicals out that can leach into food from lower quality plastic garlic savers. The Press On Saver is dishwasher safe, and if we may say so ourselves, it's the perfect artistic addition to any kitchen. If you're tired of garlic turning bad before it's time, you'll want to pick one up today. Now, we did the other 2 things in this second half here. We told them how it will help them get delight or avoid pain. So we pointed out a couple pain points here. The first one is we're trying to keep it fresh, we're keeping out chemicals, and it's dishwasher safe. All of those 3 things are pain points for this audience potentially. But to write this email, we didn't have to come up with that stuff fresh. It's just a rewrite of the bullet points that we're using. And it's not all that different from what we're doing in those other emails. It's just a little bit longer. The other thing that we do is at the end, we're just mentioning that we're giving them the 50% off, right? If you're going to get it in the next 3 days, you'll save 50% off the regular price, meaning it's $3.99 or the cost of about 3 heads of garlic, right? We're giving them that discount at the end because they're on our list. This is where we are actually launching the product, right? Previously, we were giving 99%, 100% off, all of those kinds of things. Now we can do it with as little as 25% or 50%. I like to say 50%, and we're letting them know that they're going to get that at the end. Now, I have a question again. With all 3 of these things, does this seem like something you can do? Can you find something cool and share it with your audience? Can you go out to somewhere like Instagram and find additional people by just running a search? And can you find a couple cool pieces of content to share with that audience while they wait, and then write them a 2-paragraph long email to launch that product? It's that easy, guys. And we're going to walk you through here in a minute exactly how we do it with a real case study. Now, we are going to recap those 3 big questions for you. Where do I even start, right? That's how we started out. We didn't know what kind of method we were going to use. The answer to that is we're running a giveaway, right? How do I find people who care? We're going to choose a traffic source. You guys can use whatever traffic source you want. If you feel comfortable running Facebook ads, do that. But the 2 that we talked about here tonight are just basic outreach or Instagram ads. And those 2 are extremely powerful and extremely scalable. The third question is how do I actually get them to line up and raise their hand on launch day? How do I get my Apple iPhone line? And the answer is you send them cool stuff and you be a real person. You don't try to be Best Buy or Amazon. You treat them like a friend, and they're going to treat you like family. Now, Scott, I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
What happens when you actually do this stuff? When you put everything together?
I love it. I love it.
When you put all three of those chunks together, when you find that audience, when you get them a giveaway, and when you send them cool stuff, what happens?
Yeah, well, there's some really cool things that happen. And a lot of people in the chat are actually, they're bringing up some really good points. And I just want to kind of address those really quickly, but I am going to jump into that case study really quickly and then give people a recent update that literally just happened yesterday and today from a list that we built and to a new product. But a lot of people are asking, like, if I'm using other people's content, is that plagiarizing? We're not saying you're going to use their content like you're going to plagiarize it. What you're going to do is you're going to find the resources like a reporter would, and you're going to send them that resource. So you're going to say like, hey, I just found this cool video on using this garlic press, or maybe putting this bait on a hook. You guys got to go check it out. And then you give it to them. Or you can even write a review about that, or a blog post about that video, embed the video, and then drive them to your page. People that create content, that's what they actually want. So yeah, I would not worry about that. And a lot of people were saying like, well, what do I send them? And then you kind of went into that. So that was good. There is some things, again, guys, that we're going to be covering here. And I think it'll make more sense as we kind of keep going through these different points. But understand what we really want to do here is we want people to raise their hand in our market. So then we can communicate with them. And communicating, I mean, and a couple people brought up the book, and I was going to share this later, but I'll share it now, is the book by Gary Vaynerchuk, Jab, 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 Right Hook. And some people were saying that they think it might be outdated, or it's not outdated. It might be outdated as far as some of the platforms that they're using, but the programming in the mind is the same. Like all of the wiring is the same. We all are wired the same. Nothing changes there. And really what Gary was talking about in that book is really like, right, or I'm sorry, jab, 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 right hook. That's the jabs are the give, and the right hook is the ask. If you were doing the other way, I know some marketers that do that. They just keep giving right hooks.
Best Buy and Amazon are primary examples of that, right? And we let them get away with it because we like their stuff.
Exactly. So, okay. So what I want to do here though, guys, a ton of questions coming in, guys, keep them coming. We're definitely going to answer these for you. Some people were asking like how to set up the landing page, how to, what is a landing page? Like all of this stuff. We're going to definitely cover that. Okay. So what I want to do now, and I was just reached for my keypad to actually use it, Chris, to advance to the next slide. So this is going to be challenging. We're going to see how we're going to do this. But I'm going to share with you guys the case study that we built. And someone had said, I think I might have already heard about this. This was our very first list that we built into a very new market, a market we've never been into. We did it as a case study because we wanted to share it with our live attendees at one of our workshops. Okay. And we were blown away at the results. So I'm going to share that with you. And I'm also going to share with you some updates as far as like what also has happened in another market that we've built, and a couple other markets. But anyway, we built a list of 7,160 emails in just 30 days. We were only going after 1,000 emails. That was our goal. We surpassed that goal. All right. So that's what I want to share with you here next. So Chris, if you can advance to the next slide. So the idea really here is to build an email list, offer products, just like Chris said, right? It's don't overcomplicate this process. Some of the stuff that Chris talked about, you're talking about sending out emails and all that stuff. Even if you don't do that yet, build the email list. If there's one thing that I would say, even if you're not using the email list, start to get that piece in place. You can always send emails later. You could always send offers later, but to understand how to build it, that's key. That's number one. That's an asset that I learned. That's a skill set I learned going back in my photography business, going back 12 years ago when I started hearing about an autoresponder and email capture and all that stuff. That stuff's been happening that long. I learned that back there. I've adapted it to what we're doing now. All right. And then obviously to offer products. That's the idea, right? Build an email list, offer products. There's a lot of different things in between, but that's the gist of it. All right. So next, why? Why do we want to do this? Well, we want to attract raving fans in our market. Like I said, we want to launch our own products and we want to create a feedback loop. All right. Now I want to talk about this for a second because some people were saying definitely being able to survey or to ask your audience what they want is huge. And it can give you insight on future product ideas. All right. So a feedback loop is kind of like, hey, we're getting ready to launch this new garlic press. Here's the 3 different colors. What's your favorite? So the feedback loop is for them to to answer the question, and then it's going to come back to it. And then we're going to go ahead and email them again and say, hey, the overwhelming, result was red. And oh, by the way, we just happen to have one made, or we're having one made. If you guys want to get on an early list, so you got people that are on your list, you can get them on another sub list and segment them and say, we'll let you guys know because you guys kind of helped us create this thing. We'll let you guys know first, and we'll give you a 50% off discount or something like that. So that's where that feedback loop comes in. And that's really, really powerful, because then you start to get that engagement. You start to get that conversation, and that really gives you a lot of intel. Okay. So now next, let's talk about the basic funnel. Okay. And the basic funnel looks like this. And someone, said to me before, Scott, what the heck's a funnel? Well, I don't want to overcomplicate this either. And a funnel is just a word that's kind of been coined out there for taking people and kind of like guiding them through. They call it a funnel. It could just be a sales process, or it could be a journey, right? We get the traffic, we get the people that are interested in our product. That's what we need, right? So we get the traffic, we know where they're hanging out, okay? And then we create this contest page. That's what we also call as a landing page. That's where people will land, okay? And then from once they actually, or when they enter their name and email address, then we go to a thank you page and a share page. That's really the magic here too. And I'm going to share an example here in a second. Then from there, we capture their email, and then it goes to an email follow-up. Now, even if you didn't do the email follow-up, you still want to do traffic, contest page, thank you page, and capture the email. Like, that's what we want to do, even if we don't put the follow-up in there yet, okay? But the follow-up will be critical later, because you can do so much with that follow-up, and that's what we're going to also share with you here in a second. So next, we are going to talk about the channels. Okay, the channels that we use for this case study is Instagram and Facebook, okay? And in the beginning, we were just using Instagram. We weren't using Instagram ads. We were just reaching out. I'm going to share with you guys how I actually did this, and I was blown away at the results from this. But the bottom line was email list building. Like, that was the goal. And you're going to see why we definitely were able to get our goal. Our goal was 1,000 emails in 30 days, okay? 1,000 emails in 30 days. We surpassed that. And I told you guys over 7,000 emails. So the basic funnel with no Instagram page looks like this: traffic, contest page, thank you page, and a share page all together. That's one page. The email capture, the email follow-up. This means that you do not have to have an Instagram page. Okay. We did have one, just because we happened to have one and we wanted to actually build a little bit of an Instagram following, but we really didn't even care about that. But we figured, you know what, while we're doing it, we might as well throw an Instagram page in there and see what happens. So here's what happened. All right, so this is step 2 of the contest. This is what we did in step 2, okay? We created that contest page, that lead magnet. You'll also hear that talk out there, that lingo is a lead magnet. It's a way to get attention, an offer. What is going to get my audience to kind of perk up and go, oh, wow, yeah, I like that. I'm going to put my name and email address in there for a chance to win that for sure, all right? So what we did is we created a landing page, okay? And this is what it looked like, just like this. Okay, very simple, very simple. There's only really 5 components here. There's a background image, there's a title, there's a deadline. A deadline on there is critical too. Giveaway ends in 20 days, 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 36 seconds, and that's constantly counting down. And then it just reiterates what they're going to win. Enter to win Jordan Air 3s in Sport Blue from Perfect the Game. Don't be the only person on your block without these sweet new kicks. We say the number of winners and then total prize, and then just name and email, enter to win. Super simple, like super simple. As soon as they would enter their name and email address, this is where the magic happens. All right. And the magic happens right here. Okay. This is where they say, or you land on this page and it says, hey, you have 1 entry in this giveaway. Okay. Earn more entries when your friends sign up. Share this giveaway. So now that little arrow there, that yellow arrow, that's just there for you guys to see where I'm pointing. That right there is a pretty awesome link, because that link right there will track their entries. So now they are incentivized to go out there and share this with friends and family or other groups that they are interested in. Now, do you think that they just want to share it with anyone, or do you think that they'd want to share it with someone that they think would also be interested in this? Because I get a lot of people that say, well, Scott, just anyone's going to do it. Not anyone. I know there's a lot of people that are going to see this and go, I don't care about that. Even if my father sent it to me, I'm not going to enter it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is they're going to try to put it in groups that they belong to, or their forums or Facebook groups or whatever. And what they're going to do is try to attract people that are like them so they can get more entries. And when they get more entries, if they get people, and in this case, we have it set up that if they have 3 entries through their link, they enter their name and email address, they will get an additional entry. Okay. And then that's where the magic happens. Okay. And then we can follow up with them. We can give them their link again, and we can say, hey, here's your link again. You still got time. There's still 22 days left in the contest. So that's where that email follow-up comes in. So we can do that next. All right. So now I just wanted to highlight this part here again. Go back to that, Chris. I just wanted to highlight that part really quickly though, because it's really important that you guys understand that we have a lot of features right here. Okay. We have a Twitter icon, we have a Facebook icon, a Pinterest, and a LinkedIn. Okay. Now they can click on that one click and it'll log into their Twitter account and then post it with that link. Okay. Or they can click the copy link down below. They can click a button and it highlights the link for them. They don't even have to click and paste it kind of thing. It copies it right to their clipboard. All right. So I just wanted to highlight that. That's a pretty powerful little component there. All right, Chris, you can go ahead and advance now. So here's the results from the first contest. The one that I circled there in green, 7,160. We actually had 15,614 entries. Okay? That many entries. But we had 7,160 contestants. That means that's how many people entered their name and email address. Okay? So that's after it ended. But look at this. Holy cow. We did it again on a second contest. Same exact thing. We didn't really change much. I think we might have turned on Facebook ads a little bit more. We had 15,517 emails. Okay, so quick math, guys, over 20,000 emails in a matter of 60 days. Okay, that's pretty crazy. The crazy thing is, too, that we didn't even really have products to launch this. We did this as a test so we could share it with you guys. So we're actually thinking right now with a few other partners that we might be able to monetize this list. But anyway, just wanted to kind of share that with you. So let's go ahead and move on. So our other totals in market number 2, another one that we did a test in, we generated 5,117 emails. Same exact thing. We found a bundle that we knew that they would be interested in. We put it in front of that audience, and we just said, hey, if you want it, here it is. 5,117 emails. Market number 3, this is one that I'm really excited about because this is one that we have products that are launching right now. Market number 3, 11,941 emails. And that was just, that's actually over 40 some days, I believe. I take that back. That's actually 2 runs. So that's in 60 days. We did about 5,000 or 6,000 the first run and 5,000 or 6,000 the second run. Okay. And that one there, and both of those are Facebook ads only. That's it. We didn't do Instagram on those. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. Those are our other totals. And I'm going to share with you a result on market number 3 here in a second. All right.
Pete says, this is disgusting to those numbers. He said, this is fantastic, but it's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you something. Like, this is all doable for everyone that's on here right now. So everyone right now, if you're starting to get excited about this and you're starting to say, you know what, I should probably be doing this, you should probably listen to your gut, because I'm telling you right now, your competition is not doing this, or most likely not doing it. And if you're thinking to yourself, like, this sounds like a lot of work, I'm going to show you in a second, it's not that much work. But if you're saying that, a lot of other people are saying that too, right? They want the easy way. They want the shortcuts. This is a shortcut in a sense, but it takes a little bit of work setting it up. Once it's set up, you're just driving traffic. That's it. So Chris, let's move on. So step 3, like Chris said, is the follow-up email. This is the email that we sent. Okay. So thanks for entering. Hey, subscriber first name. So basically, hey, Scott, just wanted to reach out and say thanks for throwing your hat in the ring to win your own pair of Kobe 3 sneakers, or 6 sneakers. If you want to increase your chances, don't forget that you can share the link with some of your friends. Click here to get your referral link. You get 3 more entries for each friend you get to enter. Good luck, Scotty. Scotty was my son, by the way. So we signed off as him because it was kind of his market. All right. So go ahead, Chris. Let's advance. So here, just a little bit of it, not to get too techie, guys, but we use ConvertKit. ConvertKit's really easy to use, real easy to set up. And basically, it allows you to put your campaigns together or your emails together, and then you can time it when you want it to go out. The main one that you're going to want to go out is the very first one. After that, it's going to be additional emails to either drive them to a piece of content or to maybe a new offer, which we just recently did, and we're going to share that with you. But again, I don't want to get too techy, but really just get a basic autoresponder. MailChimp works, Aweber works, ConvertKit works, all of those work well. So I'm not going to spend too much time there. Let's go ahead and move on to step 4, driving traffic. All right, we've got everything built now. We got a landing page, we got a thank you page, we got an email capture. Okay, so now we're all set up. We create the contest graphic. We need a graphic. You guys want to see a graphic? You guys want to see the graphic? If you guys want to see the graphic, say yes, Scott. I want to see the graphic, so we can know you guys are still there.
I want to see the graphic.
Yeah,
I guess I could push the button, huh?
Yeah, you can. Before you do, I didn't want you to do that yet, Chris. Okay, I just want to talk that we are going to talk about outreach because that's what we did, and we got sponsored posts on Instagram, and optionally you can use Facebook. We did use Facebook ads a little bit later. All right, so Chris, go ahead and advance now. So there are the images, and I'm going to take a little credit for these. I made these myself. I got a little bit of Photoshop skills in my day, but yeah, I mean, you can hire these on Fiverr, guys. I mean, this is super, super generic. Basic. We just went with an Instagram size because we knew that that's where they're going to be posting. If these are going to be posted in Facebook, make sure that they fit the constraints inside of that platform. That would be another tip for you guys. But really simple, guys. Exclusive giveaway. Win free Kobe 6s. Click link in bio to win. $160 value. Follow us at Perfect the Game. Like that was it. Like that's nothing special. Just bam, in your face. $160 value. Different colors. We did different colors because we posted different times. We didn't want it to be in their feed and look the same. So we broke it up. We just changed the color up in that one part of the graphic. All right. So go ahead, Chris. Move on. So traffic source is to outreach. I'm going to go over how we did the outreach. So really simple, guys. Actually, it's really ninja, guys. You guys got to really check this out. So super ninja. I love it how the gurus out there are saying everything's so ninja and everything's so secretive. This is actually how you did it, guys. So if you guys want to say this is a huge ninja tactic, you guys can say that. But it's pretty easy. You just go to Instagram and you start by typing in something around your market. So in this case, I was searching for kicks because I know that the kids and the people that collect these shoes and sneakers, they call them kicks. So I started with, let's just put kicks in there or, Jordans or something like that. And the minute that I did that, I started to find these pages. So I found this one called Kicks Tag. And all this person does is post shots of shoes. So do you think that I want to post my giveaway in this group? Wouldn't it be a really good group to send out different offers to? And I'm not saying I'm going to sell sneakers. Like that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell accessories to the sneakers. I'm going to sell like maybe laces, or maybe I'm going to sell, I don't know, maybe different colorways so they can add a different element to it. I don't know what I'm going to sell, right? But it's something. I can sell t-shirts. I can sell anything to these guys that are related to this space. Doesn't have to be a sneaker. And again, we just did this as a test. But you can see right there, my post is on that page at the top, and it stays there with 159,000 followers. Now, that's pretty good, but I found better. But right here, let me just say, I think I reached out to this person, and you can see there, it says Kicks Tag Daily HD Sneakers Feed Advertising Inquiries, kickstag@gmail.com. And then it gives the link, right? So I just reached out to him. I said, hey, I want to post on your page. How much? $5. This was a $5 post, guys. Okay? $5 post. Okay? I didn't have to think about that too much. I didn't care if it got me, I don't know, 100, not even emails, just likes. I didn't care. So anyway, $5. I think I posted like 6 of them.
I still can't believe this was $5.
It was $5. Yeah, it was $5. I thought it was a joke. So anyway, so go ahead and advance through because I got some more exciting stuff here where it gets even more exciting. So with that $5, I generated 315 likes. Who cares? What are likes? It shows me though how his page reacts to a giveaway, right? So that also but I do believe if I go back, I think I tracked it. I think we definitely got from just this one, we probably got about 100 emails. So $5, 100 emails, pretty good ROI on that. Pretty good. You definitely, I would do that all day long. So, and anyway, and that was 17 hours. You can see it's 17H. That means 17 hours that was posted. We had 315 likes. So it was okay. I was happy with that. But like I said, I didn't stop there. So let's go ahead and advance on to the next part of this case study. So then I looked and found this other group, Shout My Sneaks, 163,000 followers. Okay. So again, all they do is post sneaker shots. Do you think I want to put some sneaker stuff on their page? Yeah. All right. So all I did, I looked up there in their bio, contact for advertisement. I reached out to them. I asked them the same thing. These guys were more expensive. They were 25 bucks. Okay. So again, I'm like, okay, no problem. We'll test it out. Again, you see my image down there, a little bit down further. And then this one here did pretty good as well. Go ahead, Chris, and click on the next slide, and that'll bring that up. So we had 468 likes in 18 hours. In this here, we got at least a couple hundred emails from that for 25 bucks. Again, guys, these are people that are interested in sneakers. These are not people that are just like, okay, I want to go out there and find giveaways. No, they're into sneakers. It just happened that in their feed, I was there. Okay. So 468 likes. It's going to get better though, guys. I got even more exciting stuff to share with you guys. So hang in there. All right. So go ahead, Chris. All right. So this one here was crazy. So Kicks feed, 1 million followers. Yes, you heard that right. 1 million followers. And I was like, holy crap. That is crazy. I wonder if I'm going to be able, they're not going to accept me. They won't want to post for me, right? But I seen that they had down there a custom t-shirt special that someone had posted. I go, yes, they're going to take my money. But how much is it going to cost? They got 1 million followers. So Chris, why don't you go ahead and post the next shot?
I don't know.
2,763 likes in 12 hours. Oh, wait a minute. You guys want to know how much I paid for that, right? You guys are itching. You guys are like, okay, Scott, that's great, but how much did you pay? They wanted, I think it was $90. It would stay up for 24 hours. So they offered me $90 and it would stay up for 24 hours. Okay, not bad. But if I wanted it to stay up forever, like ever, not leave the news feed, and some people would say, well, why do you care? Once it's down, like, below the page, no one cares. That's not true. My son has Instagram. He looks at sneakers. He's scrolling all day long. Okay. So I ended up paying $125 to have this on there for life. All right. And I know for a fact we got over 500 to 600 emails from that spend. And I think it's even probably higher because me and my son were watching the emails come in. I was refreshing the page and watching them just keep coming in. 10, there's another 12, there's another 20. Like it just kept coming. And then eventually tapered off. But $125, guys. Okay. Crazy. Now go ahead, Chris. Go ahead and advance to the next slide. Little funny story I want to share with you guys. This is really funny. And this can happen. You don't know. But you guys heard me. I posted and I went back there the next day and my post was gone. I'm like, wait a minute. I paid $125 to get my post on there and to stay up forever and it's gone. So I reached out to the owner and I said, hey, listen, I thought we had a deal here. It was $125. Oh man, I screwed up. I took it down. I'll tell you what, I'll repost it again tonight at 8 p.m. So go ahead and click to the next screen, Chris, please, so we can show what happened. 1,518 likes in 42 minutes. Okay. 42 minutes. I had 1,500 likes in 42 minutes. And I bet you I got another 400 to 500 emails for nothing because they screwed up. Now, even if I paid another 125 for that, it still would have been worth it. 1,518 likes in 42 minutes. Crazy. Okay. Go ahead, Chris. Advance to the next slide. And now you're probably asking also, well, how do you find these pages, Scott? How do you find them? It's really simple. Actually, wait a minute. It's not simple. It's a huge ninja hack. All right. So what you do, guys, is you go up to the Kick feed there or where your name of it is, where it says follow, and you click on that little arrow and you click on it and it'll populate suggested pages. That's what you do. That's it. And then from there, you follow those pages. But then you also click on them and you look at their bios and you see if they have anything in there about advertising. And that's it. That's what you do. That's what I did. That's it. I didn't have any tools. I didn't have anything that went out and found these. I did the outreach, me personally. And that's how I found them.
Scott, how long did that take you to do?
Oh, not even a day. I literally, I was just, again, I'm got busy, right? So I'm just like, I'll go start searching through. And within an hour, I had found the ones I wanted to outreach. And that was it.
And you sent them that little DM or emailed them, and then you just sat back and waited.
I emailed them, and I think within 6 to 8 hours, I got a reply. Yep. Yep. So it was pretty fast. Yeah.
That's a ninja hack right there, man.
Yeah, that's ninja, right? Okay, so let's move on. All right. So now I'm not going to really go into this much, but we did have a Perfect the Game page. We did this just because we're like, you know what? If we're gonna have, like contests and stuff going, we might as well try to double dip here. What we can do is we can tell people to like to follow us on Instagram and put in our email or put in their email address, and then maybe we'll build a page. So we were able to do that. We built that page pretty quickly. We built it up to right now it's over 3,000. Actually, it's about 6,000 now. But again, we just did it as a way for us to kind of double dip, get a little bit more out of that spend. So that's what we did there. So go ahead, Chris, advance to the next slide. And then I just wanted to show you guys before we did the contest, and this was the first contest, we had 1,847 followers. We added 1,300 new followers after the contest was over. So again, not huge, but it's better than nothing. And it was something that we just kind of threw in there. We said, you know what, we'll just throw it in there and see what happens. And now we have a little bit of a following on Instagram. So it's just a little bonus thing that you can do. All right. So next, what is this here? Oh, okay. So basically, again, I just wanted to show you guys that we added on that second contest, we added another 3,193. I forgot about that. So 3,193 new followers added after the second round. That second round that we got 15,000 emails, we gained another 3,000 plus followers on Instagram. So up over 5,000 followers. Again, didn't pay anything extra for it. We just added that into the equation. All right. So now what? Right now, what do we do? Well, you continue contests. We're definitely doing those, and we've already done it in multiple markets, and we're still doing it. I'm more excited now than ever, especially after yesterday and today, because I'm going to share something with you guys that's pretty awesome. We choose the winner, and then we email the winner. Okay. Then we email the non-winners, and this is where you can then offer them a discount. Hey, sorry you didn't win, but because you entered, we got something really cool for you. We want to give you 50% off our product or 25% off our product, whatever you want to do. And you're going to pick up some sales that way. We can drive sales on Amazon or our own website. We can use the list and page to discover new product ideas. Again, when we have this list, we now can reach out to them and we can ask them, like, what is the one thing that you wish you had that you don't have in your fishing tackle box? I don't know. Something like that, right? And then we can start to get some intelligence on the market. It's really, really that simple. But that's what we're doing, and that's what we did next. So go ahead, Chris. Let's keep moving here. So you rinse and repeat. We're doing them monthly. You can do them weekly if you want to. I know a good friend of mine, Mike Jackness, did this in the coloring book world and coloring pencils and stuff. And he built a list of over 30,000 subscribers doing giveaways once a week for his colored pencils. And he's got a 7-figure business now. Okay. So definitely something that you want to model. Build the email list, products you can offer your products, and then surveying your audience. That's what we're going to be doing. And that's what I think everyone should be doing, rinsing and repeating. Like that's what we need to do. Okay. The email follow-up. Okay. You don't have to do this right out of the gate because I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed, but it's useful content is what we're looking for. Okay. We want to keep that list engaged. We want to let them know that we're not just the contest people. We're actually the people that are interested in this market. And we're really into this market, right? Like we're really, passionate about it, or we're really, giving some really good information. And you don't have to be the creator. You can be a reporter. I always call this like the reporter style. You just be the one that goes and finds all these great resources. And then you just link out to those. Okay. And then once you want to start creating your own content, if you want to, then that's even better. Okay. You can promote your own products. You can do surveys. You can even do affiliate products. Maybe you don't have a product right now in a certain market, but you want to test it. You can just be an Amazon affiliate and get 6% commission on that product. And then you can start to see if it's selling before you even launch it. So it's a way to test a product before you even decide to launch it. And then you can do email shares too. If you have another person that you're aligned with, or that maybe you're in a mastermind, or maybe you're just networking with, and they are in a similar market, but you guys don't compete against each other, you can say, hey, I'll mail for you if you mail for me. Like there's those things you can do as well. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with the email follow-up. All right. So Gary Vaynerchuk, Jab, 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 Right Hook. That book, I think that everyone should read. It's really good. Yes, some of the platforms that he talks about might be outdated, like someone had said in the chat, but who cares about that? It's all about how to deliver the content. The jabs are really the content. It's about the give, and then it's the ask. So the more times that you can jab and build that, that rapport and then get some of that reciprocity going, the right hook is really easy, right? And people will want to do that. So really important. But again, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. And I think people were already talking about that book. So definitely a good read. So what happens when you email? Okay. Well, I want to give you guys an update. Okay. This just happened. This is hot off the press. Okay. We sent one email to a segment of our list, only 594 people. Okay. And the reason why that list was segmented is because we asked, imagine this. Okay. We said, do you have a fishing pole or do you not have a fishing pole? It was literally that kind of email. Well, 594 people said, yes, I have a fishing pole. Those are the only people that seen our offer. The other people didn't see the offer. We just sent them to some new content. Okay. But the 594 people that raised their hand that said, yes, we have a fishing pole, we sent them an offer. And in day one, we did a 50% off special. We sold 27 units on day one. Okay. 50% off. Now, you guys are probably remembering the review groups. You guys were discounting your products free or $1 or even $2, right? So you're losing money on those. We made money. Like we literally made money to give product away at a discount, and we boost our BSR to $39.50 in a very competitive category. We hit the bottom of page 1 for keywords, not the best keywords yet, but they're keywords that will definitely get us traffic. But it shows that we already got ranked in the matter of 3 days. 3 days. We had nothing. We had no rank. We don't even have any reviews yet. And this already happened. So now let me show you what happened next. And actually, this is actually the proof I wanted to show you guys. That's a screenshot, from that actual, email, or from that email we sent. That was what we got. All right. And then go ahead, Chris, advance to the next slide. The second email has nothing in there. Why doesn't that have anything in there, Chris? Oh, I guess we must have lost that slide. But anyway, there was another screenshot in there, and I don't know where it went, but there was another screenshot in there. We had 32 sales today. But we don't have it. Before we got on, and I tried to put it in there, and I guess we didn't update that. So it's not even there. But we had 32 sales, and that was from the second email today. So anyway, that's what happened. Sorry I don't have that there for you. I was supposed to. It was there. I don't know what happened to it. So anyway, Chris, we basically generated over 50 sales in the matter of 2 days. Okay. And probably going to hit, I'm going to guess about 35 to 38 before the time ends for Amazon sales today. All right. So let's move on to that slide that you keep teasing back and forth. AKA mullet marketing. What is this? Chris, business in the front, party in the back. There's more benefits and not just the sales from an email list. And I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about this picture for a minute. What the heck is this? Can anybody guess who that guy is with that mullet? Anybody, just in the chat, just go ahead and throw in who you think that is. This is hysterical. Pete says, "Oh my God."
And I gotta say, man, there's a Garfield in that picture that's looking pretty svelte as well.
There is.
Right behind Mullet Man's shoulder there.
Yeah.
What do you say, Scott? Whoever gets it right first gets a t-shirt.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a great idea. Whoever guesses this, that's with us live.
Zebra gets a t-shirt.
Yep. All right, cool. So email us support@theamazingseller and we'll get you a t-shirt. Yeah, that's me. I was about 16 years old in that picture. When I was playing in the old rock band back then. That's going back a few years. So, all right. So anyway, the point of this is, though, and the picture was just funny, but Chris, you kind of came up with it. It's kind of like, the business side of things is sales, but the party is how do you get with your audience or your list? So this way here, they can not just help you, but you can help them. And then over time, you're going to be able to leverage them to really further push your products and your brand. And what we mean by that is yes, sales are great in the front, but in the back of that, party on the back, what that basically means is we can then send people to our content on Facebook. They can then start to share it. They can comment. They can get social engagement. They can let us know what products they think that we should launch next. That's what we're talking about. So yes, there's business on the front, but there's a lot more that comes in the back. And that's what I want people to really understand. It's not just about the sales. All right. So there's more benefits. than just the sales up front. So, all right, Chris, I think that's enough on that picture. I think people are really digging.
I don't know. I kind of just want to leave it up. I can't look away, and I'm not sure how I feel.
Well, let's get that finger moving and click on that.
We got to bring that back.
All right. So you also boost your BSR and rank, and we did that. And I just wanted to show you that was us actually better than before. I pulled this before we got on. We were 2468 in, like I said, a pretty popular category with no reviews, by the way. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
0.0 out of 5 stars. Yeesh.
Yeesh. That's pretty bad, but it's brand new, guys.
It launched yesterday. So
yes, it did. And again, guys, like I said, on the back end of that, we want to drive traffic to social. Okay. We want to get likes. We want to get shares. We want to get comments. That's what we're going to be doing here. Okay. So don't just think closed-minded that you're just getting sales. Yes, that's what we want to do. That is a huge benefit, but there's so much more that we can do with that list. All right. We're just scratching the surface right now. All right. So big question. How do I start? Like, how do I actually do this? Like, this was a ton. This was great. But how do I actually start this? How do I come up with offers? How do I put the pages together? Like all of that stuff. And that's what I really want to cover with you here. So let's go ahead and advance, Chris. Okay, so option number one is to hire someone or pay for a service. Now, if you're going to have someone build landing pages for you, or if you're going to hire someone to help you with that, you're probably going to spend $400 minimum, maybe even upwards of $1,000. You can use hosted services. There's a few of them out there that are decent, but you're going to be paying either per contest. Let's go like $100 per contest, or maybe $40 a month, or maybe $80, depending on how many you're running a month. So those are some options, okay? And again, I still think it's worth it that if you have to pay someone to build this for you, it would be worth it, okay? Or if you paid monthly, it would definitely be worth it because, again, you got to think about the list that you're building and then from there, what you're able to do with it after the fact. So option number two is something I'm really excited about. And this is something that we haven't even announced up until right now. And this has been in the works for about 4 months now, actually, 3.5, 4 months. And it's something that is called Giveaway Boost. And it's something I've never done before. I've never actually put together a plugin, but I got together with my good friend, Chris Guthrie, who also created SalesBacker and a bunch of other great products. And I told him what I wanted. I said, listen, there's other ones out there. They're clunky. They're really not, you're not able to customize them. You're unlimited on how many contests you could have. You can't really design it that easily. It's hard to set up and it's not built for e-commerce. So we ended up building our own for our own internal use. And now what I want to do is I want to actually talk to you about how I can get it to you guys and how I can actually help you guys use it. But here's just some of what Giveaway Boost can do. It can run giveaways for anything. It doesn't have to be physical products. It could be digital products. A few of you in the chat said that you guys had digital product stuff. You can definitely use it for that too. You build your email list, of course. You customize your giveaway page easily. You set more than one winner if you want to. You can pick 3 winners if you want. You can customize your prize value. You can customize your giveaway end date, which is huge because when you have that end date, it makes people think that there's an end. It's not just going to run for a year. You can encourage entries to share the giveaway page, which is huge. Customize referral entries that are, you can give them awards, by giving them more entries. And then Facebook shares integration is there as well. All of that is included in the plugin that we had created, which again, I'm going to share with you guys and show you guys how you guys can actually start using this. So Giveaway Boost, like I said, is for creating your first giveaway or many others in the future. Let's go ahead and kind of walk through what it looks like because it's really super simple. I want to kind of just walk you through this process. So there's really, like I said before, there's 5 components, okay, on a page. There's the background image, which you don't even need a background image, but look how nice this looks with a background image. It just gives it more of a professional look, right? All that is a background image, a stock image, a royalty-free stock image. It's there, right? I built that myself. You need images. You need images of the product, okay? The images of the product are going to show people what they're going to get, all right? Now, a lot of them you can only put 1 or 2 or maybe 3 pictures up. That's it. And you were locked in at what size they had to be. I didn't like that. I wanted them to be bigger. And these, you can't see it really here, but these are bigger and they're dynamic as well. So they'll scale with whatever they're viewing it on. You need a title, okay? Enter to win Jordan Air 3s in Sport Blue, $297 value. We need an end date, like I said, right there with a countdown timer. And then we need details. We need to be able to tell them what they're winning and how it works. Number of winners, 1, total prize value, $297, and then a very simple first name, email, click here to enter win. That's it. That's the page. Like that's all the components. It's not that complicated. But again, you would need a designer to kind of create all this stuff if you wanted to have it built on your own platform. But we made that a little bit easier, actually a lot easier. So step one looks like this. Once this is installed in WordPress, this is a WordPress plugin. So you will need WordPress. Again, WordPress is free. It's easy to install. And actually, I'm going to show you how we're going to give you guys some free training for that if you guys decide to check out Giveaway Boost. But step one is really installing it. Once it's installed, installing it takes literally probably less than a minute. Once you have your WordPress blog set up, you're going to click a button that says install. It's going to install it. It's there. Once it's there, you're going to go on the left-hand side. You're going to see a little icon that says giveaways. You're going to click on that where it says giveaways. Now, in step two, you're going to see this right here. Now, again, all of this is really like fill in the blanks. It's going to say enter your title. So here we're going to say enter to win Jordan Air 3s. You just fill that in. They have a winner algorithm that's built in. I'm not going to go into that, but just leave it on weighted random choice. So this way here, it's just a random algorithm. Okay, it's going to pick people randomly. Number of winners, I'm going to put in 1. Display number of winners, yes, we want to display that there's only going to be 1 winner. Prize value, $297. Display prize value, yes, just check a box. Referral entries, 3. That means I can select if I want them to have to submit 5 to get a free entry. I can do that. I found 3 works really well. So just type in referral entries, 3. Giveaway ends, you just click on that. You select the time and the date that you want it to end. And then from there, you just fill in default messaging, which basically just means what are you giving away? And that fills in that field. Then we move on to step 3. And in step 3, again, really super easy. Chris, can you advance that? There we go. So on here, we have the background image. Okay. So the background image, like I said, you don't have to have this. Okay. You can just leave it blank. It'll just be a black image or a white image or whatever that theme is that you're using, because we have themes built in. I recommend using a background image, super easy. And then select that. You're going to just click select and then it'll come up to images. But then also down below, you need to at least put in 1 image, but you can put up to 5. All right. And then the colors are already there for you, like as far as the background color main, the background color button, but you guys can change all those. You can change them with a click of a button. Okay. And now from here, step 4, which is really once we click select image, now we need to load in images. So you can either click upload files and then you'll upload an image. And then from there, you'll select an image just by clicking on it. And then it'll load that image into that field. Okay. And then step 5, really simple. You just hover over where it says publish and you click a button. And from there, you have a live landing page ready to start collecting emails. Even if you don't have an autoresponder, you can start collecting emails because you can then export those. Okay. You can definitely export those and then upload those into an autoresponder later if you want to. You do not have to have the autoresponder right up front. You can just collect the emails. And then from there, you can even take that email list and upload it to Facebook and start doing some Facebook advertising to that list. Again, a little bit more advanced, but you can definitely do it. And that's it. That's how you set up that page. All right. Or that contest. And that's what it'll look like when you're all done. Everything I just went through, literally, I think today I set this up in under 5 minutes. Okay. Granted, I had the pictures that I wanted. So let's add another 5 minutes on there. Okay. But I'm going to show you, we also have like 60 plus background images for you that you can use. But everything is right here. Super, super easy. All right. So let's go ahead and move on, Chris. So a web developer costs $400, $500, custom layout and design. You're going to definitely want that to be custom laid out and designed. Okay. Custom tracking code. This is important. This is that little magic link there that they get to share. And if they share it, they get tracked. You're going to have a web developer create that. Okay. Or you're going to have to spend, a monthly fee to have a service that allows you to do that. Okay. And then also contest updates. If you need someone to manage this for you, you're going to pay them for that. So that would probably be on top of the $400 or $500. All right. So again, would this be worth it? $400 to $500 if you could build an email list of, 5,000 or 10,000 emails? Yeah, it would definitely be worth that. I would do it. Right. But I wanted to create a plugin for myself to be able to do it or have someone on my team do it where it's really, really easy. All right. So Giveaway Boost. We're doing only $97 for a year access. So unlimited contests, includes all updates. So when we do updates, if we add new template designs, they're automatically updated. You don't even have to update. It just automatically will get updated. Okay. Multiple templates. We have 3 templates to choose from right now, different layouts, and there's 60 plus backgrounds. Okay. So only $97 a year. We're going to give you guys all access to Giveaway Boost. Okay. Pretty awesome. And we've talked about it. We could definitely be charging more for that, but I want to get this into as many people's hands as possible that want to start building their own launch list and their own email list. I think it's that important. And again, I built this for myself and our e-commerce businesses that we're in and that we're working with, and we use it. And like I said, I shared with you guys that I'm using it right now. So that's what I want to do. $97. We're also going to add, you can go ahead, Chris. We're also going to add some bonus training. Okay. Chris spent a ton of time this past week building this amazing course, which really could be a $400 course. I mean, he goes through everything as far as how to get everything set up, talks about offers, talks about everything you're going to need is right here in this course. So right now we could be charging $400 for this course. We're not. You're going to get it free when you decide to use Giveaway Boost, and it's yours. You guys can go in there. All the videos are already there. They're already recorded. Everything is there. Paint by numbers, simple. Okay. So that bonus training is there for you as well. All right. So Giveaway Boost, when you grab a copy or grab your plugin, you're going to receive unlimited giveaways. Okay. You can, like I said, install this on one of your sites. This is for a 1-site license. So if you have one brand, that's all you need. Okay. And then you can have unlimited contests. You can have 5 contests running at once if you want. Okay. That's $97. That's what it's going to be being charged to the public. 60 plus background images. It's a $520 value. If you've ever priced out royalty-free stock images for the good ones, you're going to pay good money for those. These are yours. These are part of Giveaway Boost. Step-by-step training, like I went over with that Chris has created, it's a $400 value. So total value is $1,017 if we were to bundle that all up, which we're not, right? So basically, you're going to be able to get all of this, everything that I just covered, okay, for a reduced price. And that price is going to be, go ahead, Chris, let them know what it's going to be, $79. So $79, we're going to take $20, actually a little bit, actually, what is that? That's not 20, that's not quite, it's some money off.
It's like 19.89%.
Yeah, so it's almost $20 off. And we're going to give you guys everything I just talked about. And what we're going to be doing is giving you 50% off renewal when it renews in a year. So in a year, you won't pay $79 again. You'll pay half of that. All right. And you'll be grandfathered in. If we charge $197 in the future, which we may for this 1-site license, you're going to get it for 50% off of the $79. It won't be of the current price. So that's another benefit that we want to give you guys. So there should be a button that popped up on the page. You guys can download this and then you'll get all the training as well. And you can just go to theamazingseller.com/boost and you can get access there to the same exact link. We're just trying to make it easier for you guys if you're here live that you can actually click that button in the page and or on this page and you can get immediate access to that. All right. So theamazingseller.com/boost. Again, guys, if you guys want to build a list, if you want to make it super, super easy, you're going to definitely want to grab this. I'm telling you guys, I mean, it's so easy to do with this. And the other thing is you guys might be thinking to yourself, well, I'm nervous of setting this stuff up. I've never set up a website. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Chris actually is going to walk you through everything from a domain name all the way to getting your hosting, which we got a really good deal on that. And then from there, setting up your WordPress and then installing the plugin. Like everything start to finish, you will be set up in a matter of probably under an hour, Chris. I mean, what'd you say? I mean,
that's something that I can't say, like I can't let go until I iterate on it a little bit. You know, we actually had one person say, I can't wrap my head around WordPress. You don't have to wrap your head around WordPress.
No.
We'll show you how to set this up. It's theme agnostic. All you have to do is plug it in. It doesn't matter what else you're doing on WordPress. This stands alone. It just creates its own page inside of WordPress. So you don't have to do any of the cool things that WordPress can do. You just use this portion of it. And we show you exactly how to set it up. Guys, it's super simple. It's like 6 clicks once you get into it. And we walk you through that step by step. And Scott, the other thing that you mentioned is like some people might be concerned about hosting. And we have a fantastic deal on that if you're inside the training as well. I think it starts at like a penny. Something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's as close to free as you can get. So
yeah, and some people also, you know, they get a little concerned about, well, what if I want the autoresponder and I want the email, which we think you should have that. Chris goes through that too. So, you get that stuff set up, you get it hooked up. We give you our recommendations as far as how we've set it up. And then you guys get it, right? You get that, you get access to that. Even if all you use this for, if all you use the WordPress site for is your contest collection, that's fine. That's all you need. If you already have a Shopify store, if you already have a separate e-commerce store, and you just wanted to use this as that, that's what I would do. Like, you can totally just use this as your giveaway, your contest platform, right? It's your landing page contest builder. And that's it. And this way here too, if you did have it on one of your own websites, you could then, if you have a ton of traffic coming there, you could have a problem with hosting on that and all of those things. So what you want to do is kind of keep it separate anyway. I like the idea of having it separate. But again, that way it's clean. Like, you don't have to worry about it being compatible with this or being compatible with that. You just have to install this and then set up that that giveaway and then post it. And you can create a nice little permalink that they give you, and then you can use that. You can use a Bitly shortener, whatever. But all of that stuff makes it super, super easy to use. And that's what we're using, guys. This is exactly what we're using. We did use a different plugin before, but we were having problems with it. To be honest with you, we liked, we didn't like that we couldn't customize it. It was really frustrating to me that I had to go with this generic look. Like, I didn't want that look. I thought it could be better. I thought my conversions could be better if I could place my images differently. I was feeling like I was kind of constrained to what the template could do, and that was it. There was no other templates. So the first thing I said to Chris, Guthrie, was, we got to make this more customizable. We have to. And that was the first thing that he did. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's not an easy task to build one of these. And going through it with him now really showed me that. And I really appreciate what goes into a plugin or software. So anyway, just want to say, guys, we built this for ourselves. We're using it. And I've got a few things that I want him to tweak. So as he's tweaking them, guess what? Everyone gets those updates. If you guys think something needs to be tweaked, you let us know. And then I feed it over to Chris Guthrie, and we get him to put that on a priority list. So to me, guys, this is the way to do it. Whether you use Giveaway Boost or not, you should be building an email list, period. Again, this is just a piece of the puzzle that'll make it easier. But even if you don't use Giveaway Boost, just collect emails, guys. Like, do what we said tonight. That's the one thing you need to do. You have to start doing that. And if you can't see the power in that now, you might need to go back and watch the replay of this, because it's really, really powerful to be able to do that. So, Chris, I think we want to do something else pretty special for all of the live or people that are just on the workshop, because there's something I want to do, I know, and we can't do it for long, but we can do it.
Should I show it to him?
Yeah, let's go ahead and show it to him.
Okay.
So, guys, a limited bonus, and this is just for attendees of this workshop. We're going to do a private list building hangout. All right. So Chris and I will jump on. We'll answer any questions that you guys have. It can be on list building. It can be on offers. It can be on, maybe you're having an issue with setting something up. We'll answer that question. Like, there's no question we will not answer. It's going to be on this. It's going to be a private one, though. We're not going to be broadcasting this. This is only to Giveaway Boost licensees. Okay. So if you guys are part of that, you'll get invited to this. We're thinking probably in about 2 weeks we'll be doing this, maybe a week and a half. And what we'll do is, everyone that does get their license, we will go ahead and notify you when that will be, and then we will invite you. And if you can't make it, it's all right. We're going to give you guys the replay of that as well. But we're going to do that. Okay. And again, I can't do this for long, because obviously I can't let this replay go for long, because then I'd be doing, a hangout all the time. And that just isn't in my time that I can do it. So we're going to do this. Anyone that joins right now that is listening to this or that's on the workshop, you guys are going to get this when you decide to invest in Giveaway Boost. So we're going to do that for a limited time bonus. So we're going to do that. I'm real excited to do that. We've done that a few other times with a few other things that we've done, and it's always a lot of fun. And there's a lot of great information that gets tossed back and forth. So I'm really excited about that. So Chris, what do you say? Well, let's do a little recap, I guess, real quick. If we add in that private hangout now you guys are over $1,500 in value. Not that you guys are keeping score, but we're talking like the giveaway, unlimited giveaways with Giveaway Boost is $97. You guys are getting that for less, but that's what we're going to be selling it for. 60 plus background images, $520, step-by-step training, $400. And the private hangout that we're going to do with you guys, it's a $500 value. Total value, $1,517. You guys are going to get an incredible deal because we love you guys and you guys are on here tonight. And that deal is going to be, like I said, just $79. Like, I mean, we're going to give you guys all the training. We're going to give you guys access to us on a hangout, like all of that stuff you guys are going to get. And Chris, can you advance that slide? And then from there, we're going to, like I said, we're going to give you guys that 50% off renewal on that $79. It's not going to be on $97. It's not going to be on $197. It's going to be on that $79 that you join with. Okay. So unlimited contest, one site license, 60 plus background images, list building course, and 50% off renewal. All of that stuff you guys are going to get for just $79. All right. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and click that link or go to theamazingseller.com/boost. And let's go ahead and let's answer some questions, Chris. What do you say?
Let's do that. We got a couple of questions coming in, Scott, from people that are saying, oh man, I'm not on WordPress, I'm on Wix, or I'm on Shopify. Here's the deal, guys. You can either buy another domain for $12, which would be, okay, let's use the garlic press example. It'd be myawesomegarlicpressgiveaway.com, right? And you can use that to capture the list, or you can put it on a subdomain. So you guys have seen like go.giveawayboost.com, right? Or learn.theamazingseller.com. You could put giveaway.myawesomewebsite.com, whether you're on Shopify or not, and you can put WordPress there. So just because your main website isn't hosted in WordPress doesn't mean you can't use this, but this does rely on WordPress to actually show up. There's just a different way that you'd have to install it. So not something that would stop you from using Giveaway Boost by any stretch of the imagination. Scott, Steve wants to know, do I have to sign up before the end of the workshop to get all of these bonuses?
No, the replay will be out, and we're not quite sure when that will be pulled down. I will say this, though, even if the replay is up, over the next week or whatever, that private hangout, that will be limited just because, again, we're going to be doing that and we can't keep offering that. So probably what we'll end up doing is if the replay still exists after a week or so, we'll probably cut that part out. So that way people aren't going to be able to get that discount, or I'm sorry, that limited offer, because we have to be there live to do it. So that is exclusive. But yes, that offer will be there for now. And, for the replay. So if you wanted to jump on it, then go for
it. we have a couple of people playing around. Bill says, will Chris's training cover how to wire up the autoresponder? The answer is yes. There's a video in there on how to wire up both ConvertKit and Giveaway Boost and how to hook them up together. The beauty of something like Giveaway Boost is, guys, honestly, it's like 3 clicks to set everything up to hook up Giveaway Boost and ConvertKit, but that is absolutely covered in the training. Pete wants to know, can I get the single now and the multi later? Yes, Pete, you just have to email support and we'll get you taken care of on that. Todd wants to know, can I run 2 contests at the same time for different categories? Absolutely, Todd. Now, the thing that I would caution you there is if you have 2 completely diametrically opposed things, you probably don't want to run them on the same site unless you buy just a super generic URL, but you can run unlimited number of contests using Giveaway Boost. So you'd be able to run 2 at the same time if you wanted to as well. Steve says, he re-asked that same question. Do we have to be on the webinar to get all these bonuses? Let's see. Frank wants to know, actually, Jack wants to know. He said, I heard on a podcast that you can't do giveaways on Amazon. This isn't doing giveaways on Amazon. What that's talking about, Jack, is that's talking about giving away products on Amazon in exchange for a review. This is a totally different thing. This takes place outside of Amazon. Where it connects back to Amazon is when we email our list and let them know that the product is live. And that's what we showed you earlier. And Scott, while we're answering some questions, I'm curious to see if that sales number has changed for today at all. So if you want to dive in and look at that, I think that would be pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it looks like showing 35.
So we got 3 since we've been on from doing nothing but sending that email this morning.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool. So we got 35 today, and I think we got 27 yesterday, something like that.
27 yesterday.
And all we did, guys, was send that sales email that we showed you a little bit earlier. And so that's pretty awesome. Joe says, is there any way to peek at the 60 plus backgrounds? No, Joe, those are on the other side, but they are all pretty cool. Let's see. I have a pretty broad view question. I have 1 product live, and I'm about to launch product number 2. Should I focus more effort on expanding products, or should I focus on this first? What are your thoughts on that, Scott?
Say that again.
So he's about to launch his second product.
Yeah.
Should he spend his time launching product number 2 and product number 3, or should he build a list before he moves on to product 3?
Well, I mean, are those products related? That would be my
I
first question.
I would think they are, Ryan. Let us know.
Yeah, I think I mean, okay, if you're launching a third product and it's going to be aligned with the other products, you're in a perfect spot because you have stuff to give people like as an offer. So if you already have stuff to offer people, like you're ahead of the game. Like when we built that sneaker list, like we didn't have a product, so we really couldn't sell them anything right out of the gate. Now we have a product that's in our new brand that we're working on, and we were able to get over almost 60 sales in 2 days because of that. So yes, I would say if you currently have products in a market and you're going to be launching products in the future and you already have products there now, absolutely 100% yes. Like I would start that like now, like as soon as you can, I would start thinking about what's the best offer I could make them. And I think that's one thing I'd like to say too, because some people I seen in the chat were, I think it was one person that said that they had tried it, but they didn't think that they got a really good result. And part of that is offer. Like your offer must not have been compelling enough. It must not have been enough to make them perk up and go, wow, I'm putting in. Or maybe it's just your market. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that every market is going to be reacting the same, but I would say a good 75 to 80% of them will. But I would look at the offer and I would say, is the offer compelling enough?
Yeah, so he said that they are related, and so here's kind of my thoughts on this. The answer, and Scott, I know you're going to laugh. The answer is do both, right? I would launch product 3, and I would focus on growing a list. These two things are not like diametrically opposed, right? And Scott, we talked a little bit earlier. You said it took you I think you said less than a day, but realistically, it took you like 2 to 3 hours to find all of those Instagram influencers, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So spend the 2 to 3 hours, find those people, spend the 5 to 7 minutes that it takes to set up Giveaway Boost and launch a contest, and then take the other 6 hours that you're working that day and use that for product research for product number 3. Like this does not have to be a time intensive thing. Now, the thing that sucks up time here is the same thing that sucks up time when you launch a product on Amazon, where you play that little sales roulette game that Scott and I are playing live with you guys right now to see what the new list that we launched to today is doing, where you're clicking refresh and you're seeing all the new emails that come into Giveaway Boost, right? That's where your time goes with this. Once it's set up and you kind of have an idea where you're going to advertise it, where you're going to promote it, you can leave it kind of on autopilot and then spend 10, 15 minutes chatting with an Instagram influencer or tweaking your Facebook ad or whatever traffic source that you want to use. So it's not something that's going to take up a ton of your time, and it can kind of happen in the background. The other thing, and we talked about like keeping your email list warm, Scott, right? Like those 3 to 5 messages, we want to try to email them at least once a week. You can do that in a batch, find all 5 of those pieces of content to hit them up reporter style, and then you're done. You can schedule it in ConvertKit and just let it send. And then when you're ready to launch your product, you spend the 15, 20 minutes to write that sales style email that we talked about and send it. And literally the one that we sent today, I think I wrote in 10 minutes. And that included me rereading it and editing all of my grammatical mistakes. So that's guys, funny. It's not rocket science. You don't have to do one or the other. And the answer is do both. Here's the other thing. Having this list is crucial for your business long term. And Scott, you and I have talked about this in the past, but I'm going to continue to beat it over the head. An email list is one of the single most valuable assets you can have in your business, period. And this is by far the easiest way to build one to date. We've done everything, Scott, between you and I think we've used every lead capture method that's possible. This is the easiest, it's the most consistent, and over the long term, it's the most duplicatable. And so we can build these lists. We can build these massive lists. What did you say? It was just over 11,000 emails in 60 days is what we got in the one space. We got almost 21,000 in 60 days in another space by giving away a couple $100 worth of product, right? That is monstrous for us long term, because while we sent that email yesterday, it only went to 600 people, 597, I think. And we sold 27 from that. As we scale that out, you're going to continue to sell more and more and more and more. And the other thing is, you don't just get one chance like you do with an ad. And this is something somebody earlier was asking, can I just, buy a Facebook ad and do this and drive traffic straight to my listing? And the answer is yes, you can, But there's two things with that. One, it's not very trackable. I know inside ConvertKit exactly how many people hit my Amazon listing. And then because that's the only traffic we're driving, we know what that conversion rate is, right? With a Facebook ad, you don't necessarily know that. You don't know how many people actually hit the listing. You know how many people clicked, but you don't know how many people hit the listing. You don't know what your conversion rate is from that. It's a mess. But you also only get one chance with them. And that's something that I think a lot of people miss out on, is when you're running an ad, you only get kind of one chance with that person. But if they're on your email list, every time you send an email, that's a chance that you're going to get them. And you can email the same exact email 3 times and get 3 totally different sets of people who open it. Now, just think about that for a minute, right? So if you get 20% of your list to open your first email, Scott, keep me on track on math here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's say you have an email list of 100 people. It's 20 people, right? That means 80 people haven't opened it. You can resend that exact same email to those 80 people, and you'll get another 15 or 20. So that's different people every time. Unlike an ad where once you hit pay, you're done and it's over with. That email list, every single time you hit send, you have a chance to hit the same people and different people that are on your list that maybe were shopping, or their kid came in and was distracting them when they started reading the email and they didn't get to the call to action. All of these kinds of things are replicatable once you have an email list, and it's not something that you can do easily in an advertising environment. This list is your iPhone line, period.
Yeah, I just got to say this really quickly. I had seen a message come through from Jared, our friend Jared, who was at one of our live events, and he actually was at our TAS live event where we taught this strategy and email list building and all that stuff. And he was having a little bit of a tough time. He was doing okay, but just kind of tough. And I actually, because he came to our live event and he's one of our students in our class, I talked to him. I had a little coaching session with him, and at the time he had about 400 emails. And his offer was a little wrong after I knew what it was. And I told him he should bundle his current product, because he had a product that could be bundled and he can get the value up. And he did that, and he emailed me, and the email was 3,500 emails in 10 days. And he said, I had about 400 until you gave me the suggestions to give away a bundle of my product. Then I tweaked my Facebook ads and the addresses flooded in. So he gave me a screenshot, 149 subscribers today. Yesterday was 224. He's at a total of 3,463. So pretty good stuff right there. And I didn't even plan that, guys. That just kind of came through my feed here. So that's just crazy. But anyway, yeah, guys, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and preach to you guys about it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I plan on doing. That's what I've been doing for years, to be honest with you. Emails are, to me, and okay, let's talk about that really quickly. People say email is dead. Email is not dead. Email is, Chris, what kind of open rates are we getting from the emails that we're sending to one of our brands?
Oh, there was a great conversation going on in the chat a little bit earlier of like, oh, hey, I see everybody is talking about list building now. Like, I thought email was dead, and somebody responded, don't tell me I'm dead. I've been here the whole time. Thanks, list building, right? And this is something like, guys, this is how Scott and I thought about this when we first launched our products on Amazon. Then we got lazy and cheated and used review groups, right? Because they were there. Review groups were just email lists that we didn't control. Right. We didn't have to build it because we had people that were raising their hands. But long term, this was always something that was going to be better for us to do. We just didn't have to because we had a shortcut in place. Now, email is not dead. That's the myth, right? And that's what they want you to believe. Guess what, guys? Direct mail isn't dead either. You can send direct mail to people's houses and sell tons of stuff. But email is extremely powerful. And the reason that people say email is dead is because they send the stupid, for lack of a better word, Amazon and Best Buy type emails, and they get a mediocre open rate, and they get a mediocre click-through rate, which is, industry jargon for how many people actually opened it and how many people clicked on the thing that you sent them to click on, right? The types of emails that we're talking about, Scott, the email that we sent yesterday to segment the entire list, right? Where we asked them a question, and we said, do you have a fly fishing pole or do you not have a fly fishing pole? That got a 35% open rate, right? So we got a couple thousand people to open that. And then out of that, we had, I think, 600 people that said absolutely yes, right? And we immediately showed them that offer, and we got those 27 sales or something out of that, right? The email we sent today, which we sent to everybody who didn't see the offer yesterday, I think we're at a 28 or 29% open rate right now.
It's crazy.
And I sent it at 130 Central, something like that. 2:30 Eastern, I think is when I sent it, because I sent it after I got back from the gym this afternoon. And so what we'll see is we'll see that tick up over 30%. Now, obviously, we're not hitting all 10,000 people, however many people are on that email list right now, every single time. But even if we only ever hit 3,000 of them, we're getting ridiculous sales numbers from that. But we can use a couple tactics, and we can talk about this at a different time, to continue to hit those people and get another second, third, fourth, fifth chance at the other people on the list that didn't necessarily open the first email that we sent. You can't do that with an ad. That's why email is so powerful. The reason that works, and that the type of emails that we're sending works, is because we're creating a personal connection by sharing that content, by being snarky in the email and sharing our personality. It's much more like you're getting an email from a friend, especially in this space that we're talking about this case study in, because there's a face behind the brand, right? And so they create a personal one-on-one connection. And even though it's a business email and you're sending it to 10,000 people, you get responses like you're sending it to your mom, right? Oh, hey, I loved what you did yesterday on the blog. Here's all of these cool things. This product is amazing. Thank you so much, right? They're responding because you have a one-on-one connection with them, even though you're sending the email to 10,000 people. It doesn't feel that way.
Hey, really quickly, Wade wants to know, you just send them the same email to the same people again?
So Wade, what that's called, and there's a feature in ConvertKit that helps you with this. It's called resend to unopens, right?
Yes.
So you're sending it to the people who didn't open it the first time, and you're going to pick up another big chunk of people that way. And so they didn't see it. So there's nothing wrong with sending it to them again. And I'll be honest, I actually I know about this, like that it's a thing that people can do, and I still fall for it, right? Like I still open the same email and I look down in my email box and it's, in yesterday's email, but it doesn't bother me, and it doesn't bother anybody because they don't know, because they didn't open the first one, right? Yep. So you can try a different subject line, you can rewrite the email a little bit and then resend it to the people who didn't get the first one. And that's another quote unquote super ninja trick, right? That you can use to really exponentially grow the response that you get from that email list. So Scott, let's just say today, let's give an example of how this would work. Let's say today we got a 30% open rate on that email.
I'd be excited.
Which means, 30 people out of the 100 people on that list opened it. That means there's 70 people who didn't. So tomorrow we're going to send that same exact email with a different subject to those 70 people who didn't see the first one.
Yep. So the first one that did open it, they're not going to see it, so they're not going to get upset with you. And then the only ones that are going to see it are the people that didn't open it, and they might have scrolled, but they didn't open it. So again, you just got their attention. So it's a way for you to wake up the people that might be sleeping.
Right. Or we're on vacation, or just didn't resonate with the subject line.
Or we're busy, or maybe it got pushed down to the bottom of their email because they got a lot of emails that day, or the time that you sent it was a bad time, or there's all those different reasons. I mean, we're all busy, right? But I love that. I do that on all of the brands that we work with, but I also do it with TAS. Like, I know not everyone sees the email that I send out. And you guys are all here because you opened an email at some point in time. Right? So people that are saying email is dead, it works, guys. It's a way to communicate with your audience and also get intelligence about your market. And I just want to give another example. Like, there's a brand that we're working with right now, the one that's doing these sales, this first product that we just rolled out. We got a bunch more ready to go. I'm really excited about that. But the other cool thing is, if you have a face to the brand, and I know, Mike Jackness is doing this. He openly talks about his business. He has a front person in the business. If they do a new lesson on a coloring book for adult coloring, they send an email out to people and say, hey, there's a new Facebook Live we just did. And then they drive a bunch of people there. What does that do? It gets people consuming their content, which is wrapped around their products, but then also people are going to share it. They're going to comment on it. They're going to like it, right? So all of that stuff is so powerful. It's how you can take an email and then bring it over and kind of get people to engage on social. Or here's another little ninja hack here, guys. Take that email list and upload it to Facebook, and then start running ads to those people. Maybe they didn't open their email, but they're on Facebook, and now you have a billboard that's in front of their face that reminds them to go over and watch your video or whatever. So that's another thing that you can do. And again, we don't like to go that technical because it can get a little overwhelming, but just understand these are the things that you can do once you have that information. When you have a sale on Amazon, you do not have the email address, period. You do not have it.
Right. Okay? It's not your customer.
It's not your customer right now. even though you think it is. We can do insert cards. Insert cards are going to hopefully get you a 1%, but, probably lower than that, depending on what your offer is there as well. But this way here, we can control the email list, and then it's going to help us push traffic where we want to push it. And that's the bottom line. And again, guys, I mean, forget the tool for a minute. Forget it. Just find a way to build a landing page with a form on there that can collect a name and email address, and that you can run a giveaway. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and pitch the tool. I think it's a great tool. We created it. We've used other ones. We didn't like a lot of the features, so we wanted to build our own, period. That's basically what it was.
Robert says, just think, if email was dead, we wouldn't be on this workshop tonight.
Exactly. So yeah, just think about it. And, people that are thinking to themselves like, well, I don't think my business is ready yet for it. Or should I wait until after I launch my product? I think you just start now. Like, just start now. If you don't have a product yet, find products that are related to your market that your product could lend itself to. That's your giveaway. That's exactly what we did with this last one that we just did. That's exactly what we did. We are selling other accessories around a product, and we're using other products to get interest. And we know that people, they do, because we sold 50 of them in 2 days. All right. So we already know that those are people who are lined up with what we want. Now, if I was, here's an example. Let's say, for example, I was using a fishing pole to get attention and I got an email list. Do you think I'd be able to sell them, a guitar strings? Probably not. There might be a few of them, but not many. They're going to be like, why is this person sending me guitar stuff? Right? You have to create the audience or the email list of people that are raising their hand that are in your market, period. And then
Scott,
everything.
What do you say we give them just kind of a quick walkthrough of how we structured the giveaway for the offer that we just launched yesterday?
Yeah. So you want me to go back through, or you want to go back through those slides?
No, I mean, I think we can just talk through it with them, because we had a couple people saying, can you walk through the exact funnel? So guys, what we did, Scott, what's a good example product that we're selling? We could use the garlic press. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
What we did is we said, okay, we have a garlic press. That's the product that we're going to sell on the back end of this. Mm-hmm. What's something who people who would want to buy our garlic press would be interested in? Well, they're interested in cooking. So, let's go out, and Calphalon is a good pan brand, I think, right? Let's go out and get a bundle of Calphalon pots and pans and advertise that, right? So we put the pictures of the Calphalon pots and pans in Giveaway Boost. We uploaded our little background image. We customized all those little buttons and the text and the font and all that fun stuff. And that took us 5 minutes. And then we went to Facebook and we ran Facebook ads, right? We didn't run Instagram for this. We just ran Facebook ads because we wanted to see just how Facebook ads would perform, right? And all we did was we created a real simple Facebook ad that said, win this thing. And we pointed the link in the Facebook ad to the Giveaway Boost giveaway page, right? Yep. We had over 5,000 people sign up for that offer in 30 days. And then on the back end of that, we sent them that one email yesterday that said, do you have this thing or do you not have this thing? Because we wanted to see just how many people already owned one of the bigger products in our market. And so we said, do you already have, I don't know, Scott, what's a good example there? Do you already have a range hood for your oven?
Yeah.
Right. Or for your range? And half the audience said yes. And we said, if you have a range hood, you're going to love our garlic press. Right. Exactly. The other half said no. And we did nothing yesterday. Then today we wrote a different email that was crafted just for them that said, hey, we know you don't have a range hood, but when you get one, you're really going to love our garlic press. Right.
Yep.
That's all we did, guys.
And oh, by the way, little side note, we don't sell range hoods, but we could be an affiliate for one on Amazon and let those people know that they should probably get a range hood.
Right. And we probably should do that, actually.
Yeah, I know.
The other thing, Scott, that I kind of want to touch on is when we used to do these giveaways in exchange for a review.
Yeah.
Right? When we would go to these giveaway groups, the kind of guidelines that you and I always gave was we said, okay, we're looking for products that meet the 10 by 10 by 1 criteria. And so we need to get to 10 sales per day, right? If we can give away 10 a day for 5 days, that's 50 units, then we're going to get there. Mm-hmm. Right? In less than 2 days, we've done well more than 50 units through this email list. Mm-hmm. Who's going to buy future products from us, not just this one. and it didn't cost us anything other than what we paid for the Facebook ad, because we did it at 50% off, and we're actually making, I think, like 85 cents or $1 on each unit that we sell. So we're making some money back and getting people to buy it, and we're getting more sales faster than we would have with the old way of doing things. So just let that sink in for a minute, and you'll see just how powerful this strategy is, right? You would never have gotten to the bottom of page 1 within a day using the old strategy. With this strategy, you do.
Yeah, well, and again, I mean, just to kind of, I mean, you had said to me when we've seen that the product was live, you're like, we don't even have a BSR yet, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And then
we had sold 25 and didn't have a BSR, and I was starting to have a heart attack.
And then all of a sudden, it kicked in, and then our BSR I think was like 3,900. And then you guys seen I shared another screenshot with you, it was 2,400, and I just checked a little while ago and it was 1,900. So it's definitely working, and it's also telling me that a BSR in this category of about 30 units is about 2,000. So again, it gives me some intelligence for right now. It could change, but that's what it's looking like. So Chris, we got a lot of questions coming in. I did want to just recap really quickly. So maybe if we can go back and again, just show people what's included. A couple questions were on the background images again, but let's just kind of just recap really quickly. So in Giveaway Boost, when you receive it, you're not just getting the plugin, you're actually getting those backgrounds that are going to help you as well. We're also giving you step-by-step training. I think GC said in there, we should definitely consider the value on that training, and you really should, because if you were to hire Chris, which he's a consultant, he doesn't do a lot of private consulting anymore, but if you were to hire him, he would definitely be over $100 an hour. Okay.
The last time I quoted hourly, it was $175.
Okay. So let's just say to keep it easy, let me make easy math here, Chris. So if it was $100 and he gave you 5 hours, that'd be $500. I'm telling you right now, this training is like having Chris sitting alongside you, walking you through it step by step. And I was actually blown away at how detailed they were, because I went through a lot of them just to kind of see how everything was formatted, making sure that things were, weren't being missed. So this way here, I could say, well, Chris, we might have missed something. Everything is great. And it's step by step. And anyone that's thinking to themselves they're not technically, there, or they don't have the tech skills, you don't need them. You just got to follow along. It's that simple. So again, that training is really, really valuable. And then the private hangout, someone had just said in there too, they said, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the hangout. That is going to be so valuable. And I can almost guarantee people would pay the price of admission just for that, because you're going to have us for an hour. You can ask us anything you want, your specific questions, and we'll answer them. And we're going to record that and give that to you guys as well. So total value of everything that we're giving you guys is over $1,500 if we were to break it all down. But again, just $79, not even the $97, $79 get you access to everything that we just shared you for a one-site license, and you get 50% off of the yearly. So once it renews, if you want to renew it, which you will, it'll be 50% off. Again, that's something we're not going to be necessarily doing for everyone in the future, at least at that price. So again, guys, I want to extend this to you guys so you guys have the opportunity to take advantage of it and start building your list. Chris, let's go ahead and just do a little rapid fire on some of these questions. There's a bunch in the queue, and I want to answer as many as we possibly can.
So there's a couple good ones in here, Scott, that I was just looking at. Tom says, is this effective for a $20 backend product? Absolutely, Tom. The product that we're talking about, I think right now is 18, Scott, on Amazon.
Yep.
And it's actually on the lower end of products that we'd like to sell, but you can absolutely do this for a $20 product. The reason that you're doing this, remember, is to grease the wheels, to get that flywheel going, right? You're not just trying to sell product through the email list. You're really doing this to launch your product on Amazon. And so even if you were to do it at a break even, at your 50% off or 75% off, you certainly don't have to do that either, right? And we chose 50% off because that was close to our break even point on this product. But somebody asked earlier, can I do 25%? The answer is yes. You're going to get fewer people take you up on it, but you're still going to get some results out of that. Alternatively, Scott, if we had done a 75 or 80% off, would it be fair to say that we would have doubled the number of units that we gave away?
I would say.
And in addition to that, here's the other thing. I've now gotten 5 emails, Scott, from people who were outside the US because we forgot to turn on export.
Yes, that's right.
In this account. And so the unit count that we actually sold is five higher than what it actually reflects, because we had some people in Canada who couldn't buy the product that really, really wanted it. Darren wants to know, can I load one-off coupon codes into the plugin? Darren, you wouldn't be doing that with Giveaway Boost. You may do that in your emails on the back end, but to be honest with you, not really a reason to use one-off promo codes for something like this. The way that we actually did these emails, we just used a group code, right? As long as you're not doing it at 99% off and you are close to your break even, if they want to take my entire inventory, go for it, right? Like, I'm not too worried about it. But the other thing you could do is send a group code and then use the max quantity on your listing to limit it to 1. We didn't do that, and we've actually only had, Scott, when I looked last, we had 3 people buy more than 1 out of that 57 or whatever it was.
Yep.
So not something that I'm worried about. And if they want to buy a second one at 50% off and give it to their daughter for Christmas, go for it. What I'm trying to do is get sales. So the more units you buy, the merrier. Bring it on, man. Buy 3, buy 5, send them to everybody in your family. Doesn't bother me. Bill wants to know, Scott, is there a way to search on Instagram specifically for channels or profiles that allow ads?
There's a service out there. What's the one there, Chris? I forgot the name of it now.
FameBit?
Yes, FameBit. Again, guys, it shortcuts the process a little bit. I think it's kind of expensive, to be honest with you. I just like the good old fashioned get in there and do a little searching, do a little digging. That's what I did. I probably could have, spent some money to do it, but I got in there, rolled my sleeves up and got to work. So I don't think, I just think, give it a shot. Just give yourself an hour. I think in an hour's time, you're going to be surprised. And then just start digging through. And if you don't find something on Instagram, don't go on Instagram. Facebook, I can almost guarantee you that your audience will be there. That's what I would say. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. I wanted to also answer another quick question here. We had a couple questions about different email services. And the ones right now that are available within Giveaway Boost are MailChimp. The other one is ConvertKit. And the other one, what's the other one, Chris? Is it Aweber? Aweber. So those are the 3 main. All of them work well. I've used Aweber. I played around with MailChimp. Not a huge fan, but I think just because I'm not used to it. But I'm a big fan of ConvertKit. Big fan. We'll give you all those resources as well inside of the training when you're there. And we've got some pretty cool deals there for you guys if you guys decide to go through our links there as well. But yeah, so yes, you can connect with other providers, but right now there's 3 of them that are there. They're the really the easy ones out there to use too. I wouldn't even make it work with some of these other ones out there just because I wouldn't want the headaches of you having problems connecting and stuff.
Yeah, and here's the other thing with that. If you're already in one of those other platforms, you can just download the spreadsheet from
and upload it.
And then you don't have to worry about that.
Super simple.
Any email platform you want, but it natively integrates with those 3. And the reason those are really the 3 most common. But guys, if you don't already have one that you love, absolutely check out ConvertKit. That's my favorite, hands down. And I've used literally everything out there that I'm aware that exists as an email platform. Everything from Aweber and MailChimp and ActiveCampaign to Infusionsoft and Marketo and all of these different ones. And ConvertKit takes the smallest amount of time to set up, and it has some of the crazy powerful features that all of the big guys have, like your Marketos and Infusionsoft, which are hundreds of dollars a month or thousands of dollars a month, depending on how many emails you have. Like that resend to unopens thing, which is, we kind of touched on that as like a cool thing that you can do, but that is a super duper powerful feature. And in ConvertKit, it's literally 1 button. Yeah. And they resend that email to everybody who hasn't opened it. So.
Yep. I just want to give a little shout out to Dwayne. Dwayne gave us a nice little pat on the back. Guys, great product, great workshop. You both rock. So Dwayne, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and jump into a few more questions here.
Joey wants to know, Scott, what's the difference between this and JumpSend?
Oh, well, JumpSend is basically an email list of people that raise their hand that want discounts on products. It's like Chris said, any review group out there is basically a collection of email addresses. They're sending an email out to people that have requested to get products at a discount. The only problem I have with any of these services, I have 2 problems. Number 1 is, to me, there's a better way because we can create our own list. If you want to make your own deal site, make your own deal site, but let it be in your market, right? Think about it like that. The other thing is a lot of these review groups, because they were a review group, their subscribers are conditioned to leave reviews. We don't necessarily want them to do that. And I will say this, and I know this firsthand because I know someone, I'm not going to mention who it is, that used, actually before JumpSend, it was ReviewKick, was using them to buy products and then review products. They got blacklisted. So they can buy stuff on Amazon, but they can't leave reviews. Their profile is not allowed to leave reviews. So even if they don't buy something through JumpSend or Snagshout or any of these other deal sites, they're basically blacklisted from leaving reviews. They can't leave a review even if it's not through one of those sites. So again, I want to just go out there and kind of like start scratch, clean slate, create my own giveaway list, my own little platform that I can do this with. And even better, I own that list and I can upload it to Facebook and I can drive traffic using that and have a billboard in front of people every single day if I want to, that I know where they came from. And I can create lookalike audiences in Facebook. There's a ton you can do. Speaking of Facebook, Chris, I forget who it was, wanted to know how much we spend a day on Facebook ads.
I believe it was a great question.
Ron wanted to know that. So
it depends on the contest, but generally speaking, we say $20 a day, which do the math real quick. Not a math genius, but 30-day contest, $20 a day, $600, right? And so, what you guys are seeing is a result of, I know, a decent amount about Facebook ads. I've been running them since basically they came out, but you can do the same thing that I did, and it's not all that difficult. And in fact, we walk you through the basic strategy inside of the Giveaway Boost training. Now, the other thing, Scott, somebody asked, are we using a single image ad on Facebook or are we using a video ad? And so here's the deal. We're using both. And I just tested this. I don't know if I told you this. I tested this at the end of the last giveaway because our lead cost was starting to go up. And so I looked at it. I said, ooh, we were paying 12 cents to acquire a lead, guys, 12 cents to get an email address. And it went to 14. And I went, there's something wrong with the ad. We had just been running single image ads and it had been running for a while and we reached basically everybody in the market. So it wasn't performing as well. So I did a test, Scott, and I used a video ad, but I don't have a video camera. I'm not beautiful, so I'm not going to record myself. So you want to know the super ninja trick that I used to cut our lead cost in half on
What's
Facebook?
That? Tell me that, please.
I took the 5 giveaway images.
Oh, you made a little slideshow.
And I made a GIF.
Nice.
And I uploaded it as a video ad and it dropped our cost by half. So you can use any of them, try the different ones for your market, but I just changed it up. It was a different ad and it happened to work for us. You don't have to do fancy stuff, guys. It was just the photos that we had on the giveaway. I uploaded them to a GIF creator and uploaded that to Facebook ads as a video, and Facebook took it and said, awesome, here's a video. And then they showed all the different pieces of the bundle to everybody. It took 3-4 seconds to actually loop through that video. So they got to see everything that was included in the bundle as separate images. And then it said, click the link below to sign up.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing with video, because Facebook's loving video. But if you do have someone in your space, if you are the front person and you can demo your product, that's going to be a great Facebook ad. Do a Facebook Live. I don't care if anybody watches it or not. Let's say that no people watch it, but you created a video through Facebook Live. You then turn that into a video ad and you're off to the races. It's like that simple. So I just wanted to kind of mention that because I think that's powerful.
Pete wants to know, are you guys planning on doing a second day of the event in Charlotte? It's something we're talking about. And if you guys are interested in doing that, we didn't even get to announce that to the public before that sold out. So if you guys are interested in that, just shoot us an email to support@theamazingseller.com and we can add you to the interest list for that if we decide to do a second day. Let's see.
Oh, I got one here. Josh, can I do this and turn off pay-per-click for a bit? You can. I'm not sure that I would. If your pay-per-click has been running and it's chugging along there, then I would keep it going. I don't want to cut back on the velocity. And if I can go over and beyond a little bit, then I will. But if you're just starting your like right now, we haven't even turned on pay-per-click for this new product. Like we haven't even turned it on.
We've done nothing except for the email.
Nothing at all. Zero. So I was kind of getting antsy and itchy and I wanted to kind of turn it on. And that's when Chris said, no, let's hold off until after we get through this. And then we won't have any traffic sources coming in that's going to kind of distort the numbers and stuff. So I did. I held off. I taped my hands around my back, and
Yeah, the PPC guy told you to hold off.
I know. Exactly. It's crazy because I'm getting anxious because I think that's going to do really well with pay-per-click. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't turn it off if you're already running, but if it's not doing well, but if it's doing okay, then I would leave it myself.
That kind of plays in well to Nam's question. And Nam says, can I use this with a product that's already been launched? The answer is absolutely yes. And we talked about it at the very beginning. This isn't just for launching the product. It could be for relaunching the product, or a random BSR boost, or a back in stock boost, or just you want to, increase the number of sales that you're getting on a daily basis. You don't have to have a reason to send that email to your list, other than because we like you, right? Like, here's the thing, and Scott, I think you and I may have talked about this in the past. They did a study, and it was people in line at like Kinko's, right? And everybody was super in a hurry, and they wanted to see if you needed a valid excuse before people would let you do stuff, or if you just needed an excuse.
Yeah.
Right. So the guy there, 10 people in line, the guy would walk up and say, I'm in a hurry. Can I get in front of you? Right. And they ran through a bunch of these, and then they did the same study, but he just said, can I get in front of you because I want to?
Nice.
And the same exact number of people let him cut in line. Yeah. Right. And so you don't have to have a reason like a new product launch, which is a really good reason.
Yeah.
You can just say, look, guys, we like you. You're our family. You're our friends. You're our customers. And we wanted to take care of you. If you haven't picked up this product yet, grab it for 50% off, right? Or grab it for 25% off. It's going to be available for the next 72 hours. Go get it. The other way you'll hear this talked about, and Scott, you can probably expand on this just a little bit, is as a flash sale.
Yes. Yeah. Love flash sales. Here is something that's really powerful. And this isn't even really something that we even did for this, which we probably could have because we were just antsy. But we'll probably do it for a few more products that are going to be being launched. And it's really about building up that anticipation a little bit. So what we will do is, and you can do, is where you maybe on Wednesday, you announce to your list that you're going to be having a special weekend sale. Okay, for the weekend. If we're going to call it a flash sale, a celebration, it's my birthday sale, something, right? I just had a baby sale, whatever. All right. And then you let them know that it's going to be a flash sale and they're going to get 30% off, and it ends on Sunday night. You guys all know. I mean, I don't know. I know personally. I mean, my wife will do this all the time. She'll have a coupon that's good for 30% off to Kohl's or whatever, and that's going to expire on Sunday. We're there just before they close on Sunday because we need a 30% off. Okay. So it works if there's stuff there that they want. All right. So if you've done your job and found the right people, and if you've maybe warmed them up a little bit, right? And then you let them know Friday, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to give you guys a 30% off coupon just for the weekend or just for 2 days. It's going to end at this time. And then you send an email out on Friday. You let them know about a flash sale. You don't even have to give a coupon. If you want to just lower your price, and then the coupons aren't even used, you just lower your price by 30% and let it go, you can do that. Or you can use a coupon. But that way there, you can get a nice, steady velocity coming through for a couple of days. And I really like the flash sale model. I do.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. And when you look at something like Groupon, right? The entire website is a flash sale. The entire thing is a flash sale.
Yep.
And you can do that, and it's extremely powerful. Now, one thing we didn't really do in the emails that we sent to our list was we didn't really time limit it. But that's okay because we were just curious what the response of that list would be, right? If you do time limit it, a lot of times if you say, okay, guys, this is only going to be available today, right? That then also gives you permission to email them a second time in that day as a reminder. Right. So again, like we talked about the resend to unopens trick a little bit earlier, this is kind of another cool way that you can do that, right? Some people will only open emails they get in the morning. Some people will only open emails in the evening. And so you can then just send an email that night saying, hey guys, you got 2 hours left. And what you'll see is you'll see a huge rush of people come in because maybe they were interested in it in the morning and the dog, tripped them while they were looking at the email on their phone and they forgot, or they weren't in front of their computer to buy, or they didn't have their credit card, or one of 800 other million reasons, or they just didn't read the morning email. They saw it while they were sitting on the couch watching TV and they went, I need that garlic press. It's 50% off. I might as well get it right now. Right. So those kinds of time limits, especially when you're talking about something like a flash sale, can come in really, really handy with this type of a strategy.
Yep, I agree.
Carrie and James say, What's the difference between a single license and a 5-site license? I understand the difference in the name and the option, but I'm not sure how each option works in actuality. So Carrie and James, my question for you would be, do you have one website or do you have multiple websites, right? If you only have one brand, then you probably only have one website right now and you can get the single site. If you're like Scott and I and you have 20 brands that you deal in, then you would want to get either the 5-site or the unlimited license. So if you're only going to use it on one site, then you would get the single site. If you have more than one website that you want to use it on, you would get the 5 or the unlimited. Carrie, let me know if that makes sense. And Scott, was that too much techno babble or did that make sense to you?
No, I think it makes sense. I mean, simple, like I said, it's simple. If you only have one brand right now with, products that you're selling in that brand to that market, it's a one-site license. You only need one site. If you think you're going to be releasing another brand in the future, then you're going to need, up to 3. And then from there, if you just want to know that you have unlimited, then you get the unlimited license. It's really that simple. For most people, I think you're going to be probably in the 1-site to 3-site, but some people want to know that, they're locked in at a lower price to have all of those licenses that they need them. Or, who knows, maybe you partner with other brands like I do and you need those. So, that's really what it comes down to. Chris, you doing any live groups in the Pennsylvania region?
So I'm hoping that we'll eventually do one in Philly. And it's funny, I just found out Nate's from Camp Hill, which is, straight up my neck of the woods. It's where I grew up. So that's kind of cool, but I'm hoping we'll do one in Philly or Pittsburgh eventually.
Sure. We'll get there.
We'll get there. The next one though is in Charlotte, and that is June 24th, I believe. But like we said earlier, that is already sold out. If you guys are interested in doing a live event and what we're doing at the one in June, Scott, we should probably talk about that for just a minute because it does make sense with what we're talking about right now. We're basically doing small group training on exactly this, right? You're going to leave that event with your funnel running, your giveaway up and running. And so that's kind of a cool little workshop that we're doing. If you guys are interested in a second day of that, just let us know at support@theamazingseller.com and we'll consider doing that.
And
Jason says, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, we are doing a free unofficial meetup in outside of Charlotte. It's an area called Ballantine. And that'll be the 23rd. So that'll be on a Friday afternoon. I think we're doing 4 to 8, and I'm still trying to find like a coffee shop that we can hang out in. And generally when I do these, there's between 40 and 50 people, depending on the area. I'm assuming there's going to be at least 30. So if you're interested in that, you can always head over to theamazingseller.com/live and get all the details there. And we'll keep you guys posted on that list too when you join that list. And you'll get notifications on that. And yeah, Jason wanted to know, can I run multiple giveaways on one site? And that's, I think, what you were saying. And the answer is absolutely 100% yes. It's exactly what you can do. If you want to run 3 different contests and drive different traffic to those, go for it. Or 3 different products and you wanted to use those as giveaway, you can totally do that. There's no limitations on how many contests you can run at once.
You're getting a whole bunch of love in the chat here for a Philly or a Pittsburgh meetup. So we might have we might have to make that happen. I'm not going to wear Penguins gear though. I can tell you that right now. I'll probably wear my Flyers, my Eagle stuff, even if we do it in Pittsburgh. So that's fine.
He asked again, where is the meetup going to be? It's going to be outside of Charlotte, about 15, 20 minutes from Charlotte's airport. It's a town called Ballantine. Yeah, but all the details will be on that page. If you guys are interested in that, like I said, the workshop that we're doing, the 15-person workshop, it's a small, intimate 15-person because we're going to be hands-on working with them. That is filled, but we are contemplating opening up a day 2 and having another 15 people in there because we had a lot of people that want to still get in, but we only planned on the one day. But I do have space there if I need it, and if I have enough people that want to do it, I might just do it. So go to theamazingseller.com/live and you can get details on there and we can see if it's a good fit.
Absolutely. And then I would say email us at support@theamazingseller.com too to let us know that you're interested in that second day, which Scott, I believe that would, if we end up doing that, that would be the 25th, which is that what it is? Sunday.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So if you're interested in that, sign up to get on the notifications list, but let us know via email as well. And we'll we'll mark you down as interested. We got a couple people asking Scott, can I get the single license and upgrade later? The answer is yes. You just have to email support and we can get you taken care of that way. The same thing, if you want to upgrade after looking under the hood, I think is what.
That's what Dan said. Yep. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get whatever license is going to fit you now, and then we'll make sure you get taken care of through Giveaway Boost support.
Yep. Okay, here's another one here. Everard, how did you come up with the $150 value for the giveaway?
So there's a couple different things that play into that. The first is how well it works, and the second is the cost to benefit ratio, right? What we were looking for is what worked the best, what got us the most amount of emails for the least amount of money. And 150 to about $300 seems to be where that range is. So we're saying kind of a minimum of 150. If you want to give away a car, you're going to get a heck of a lot of email addresses, but they're not necessarily going to be valid, right? So we want something that is enticing to the people who are our ideal customer and not enticing to everybody. And Scott, you talked a little bit earlier about not everybody wants a pair of Jordan 3s in sport blue, right? Exactly. I would never sign up for that giveaway. But if you were giving me a chance to meet Michael Jordan, I would sign up for that, even though I don't care about basketball, right? Exactly. I have no desire to ever buy a basketball related shoe, but I would sign up for that just to meet Michael Jordan. That's a $3,000 value or a $30,000 value, right? So the $100, $150 mark really is where that break seems to be. Anything less than that, and you get significantly fewer emails, you can absolutely do it. But one of the mistakes that I see people making all of the time, and it's something that we've gotten questions about since we first did kind of the first glance at list building, some of the stuff that you and I were doing, Scott, back in January, is I'm trying to give away my $20 product and I'm paying $5 an email address. And the reason for that is it's not an enticing offer. If we can do that $150 value, not only are people going to be interested and sign up with their own email address, but the thing that is absolutely crucial and cannot be underestimated by any stretch of the imagination to doing this successfully is that social sharing component, Scott, where they share it on Facebook, they share it on Twitter, because what they're doing when they do that is they're telling their friends to sign up. When their friends sign up, they get 3 additional entries. So if Scott sends me his special link to the Jordan 3s in Sport Blue giveaway, and I sign up, he goes from 1 entry to 4 entries, right? Mm-hmm. So he just quadrupled. That's the word I'm looking for. Quadrupled his chance to win. If he then gets his wife to sign up, he gets another 3 entries. If he gets Scotty to sign up, he gets another 3 entries, right? So every time they share it, they have a better chance of winning. They're not going to do that on a $20 product. They are going to do that on a $150 product because it's something they actually want and not something that they would be like, oh, that's cool. If I got that garlic press, that'd be pretty neat. Not, dude, if I got those Jordan 3s, that would be amazing, right? That's what you're looking for. And that $150 value seems to be where that break point is. You can obviously play with less than that. That's just kind of the guidance that we give because we've done this a couple different times now. And that seems to be where that shift starts to happen.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, there was a question here. Let me try to find it now. Okay, this is a good one. Dino says, I watched the list building webinar with King Sumo earlier today. How does GarageBand? I'm into GarageBand, guys. That's the loops I used to sell. How does Giveaway Boost, I seen GB, compare to King Sumo? And that's a great question. I definitely want to answer that. Before we had and you guys don't know, I mean, I've been wanting to let everyone know about Giveaway Boost. It just wasn't ready yet. It was a longer process than we expected. But King Sumo worked for us, okay? A couple of the first ones that we did, we were using King Sumo. King Sumo does exactly what we're talking about, except it's not customizable like we like it, okay? It's very, very generic, and it doesn't grow with me, okay? So I want to be able to have different templates. I want to have different layouts for different brands. I don't want to be stuck with the same format. So here's the deal. If you already have King Sumo, it still works. You can still use it. Like, I'm not saying you have to drop King Sumo and use, Giveaway Boost. But if you're right now deciding which one, then I would say Giveaway Boost, because it's going to give you everything, except it's going to give you more because it's going to give you customization. Okay. Being able to being able to adapt it to what you want, more images, carousel, where you can have those images slide on their own, like a little slideshow, different formats, different layouts, plus 60 plus backgrounds. It doesn't have any of that stuff in there. So if you already have stuff running on King Sumo, use it. like, we're not saying it's not going to work. It'll work. It's going to do what it needs to do. It's a landing page software. That's what it does. But Giveaway Boost to me is built for what we want and what we need. King Sumo is built for anyone that wants to just do giveaways. It's not specifically geared towards e-commerce sellers like us. So that's the difference. So and that's a great point that Dino brings up, because that list building webinar is definitely going to be retired now that we're doing this live. That will be replaced with this one. So in the future, we won't even be confused with those two things.
Bill brings up a good question. He said, I'm in, and I see that there's 2 videos in the training room right now. So I wanted to dive into that, guys. The way that we structured that training is it's actually a 7-day training. And the reason that we did that is because there's some really dense stuff. There's some easy days, and then there's some days, and I think it's day 6, where we talk about all of the different, I show you how to set up a Facebook ad. I show you in detail the Instagram strategy that we kind of ran through here tonight. And I show you how to do some outreach. And so there's some easier days and then some days where there's a ton of work. And what we wanted to do was make sure that you got everything done, because there is a little bit of technical know-how and there is a little bit of making sure all the right buttons are clicked type stuff that you need in place before you can kind of go.
So let me ask you something, Chris. So you're telling me that there's just not how to set up your actual plugin. There's actually some training on how to do Facebook ads and kind of how to do some outreach?
Because here's the deal. We didn't want to just give you the thing. Yeah, I do. We didn't just want to give you the thing and then not have you get the most out of it, right?
Yeah,
and so that's the reason that we decided to do the training. We could have just given you setup videos, but we don't want to do that. I want to show you guys how to actually make the most out of it, because there's no reason not to, right? We're showing you exactly what we're doing.
We want you guys to be successful.
Right.
Yeah, we want you guys to be successful. And we probably should have been even a little bit clearer about that when we were talking about the training, and even dove into a little bit of what you created there. But again, guys, I mean, it's not just how to set up the plugin. That's like one part of it. The other part of it is like, okay, now let's go out and get some traffic. Let's create an offer. Let's get this stuff set up. Let's kind of model what we've already done. So that stuff's there for you guys, and it's a real training course. It's not like just like, okay, here's the steps to set it up. See ya. We actually take the time to go through that and help you. Same thing, like I said, if we're going to do our live hangout with you guys, the ones that are going to be able to get access to that, that's another extreme value for you guys, like to be able to get on there and ask any questions you have for myself or Chris. So take advantage of that.
2 quick questions. Nate wants to know, what plan of ConvertKit do you recommend? Nate, if you don't have an email list, just use the basic plan. ConvertKit is awesome, and they will just auto upgrade you whenever you need a different plan. But I would just start with the basic, which I think gives you up to 1,000 emails. Darren says, how would you bundle and send out prizes if I'm living in the UK but selling in the US? So here's something awesome, Darren. There's this website. You've probably heard of it. It's called Amazon.com. You can actually buy the products on Amazon and just ship it to the winner. I would suggest grabbing them very early if it's something that's going to be out of stock, and maybe sending it to a PO box or something like that. Or if you have a friend in the States, you could do that as well. But if it comes down to it and you don't want to do that, you could always just order the prizes after you've selected the winner and send them to the winner through your Amazon.com account. It would be awesome. Bill says, feed me, Chris. I need to push some product. I'm assuming that's Bill Schroa.
Very well could be.
Did you see any other quick ones in here? Oh! Mark says, can this method be used for existing products that are not selling well? Absolutely. What we're talking about here, again, is you can use it for a launch, you can use it for a boost, you can use it for a relaunch, right? Once you have those emails, you can use it at any point to drive sales on Amazon or anywhere else that you're selling your product.
Nice. Dino says, okay, I'm locked in for the 5 license. I already have the products for my giveaway in my niche. I'm ready.
Awesome.
That is awesome. So Dino, can't wait to hear how you do. And I think that you're going to do really, really well. So awesome.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps it up for questions. Guys, if you have any other questions, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to tackle them while we're on here. Scott, did you see any other ones that we haven't gotten to yet?
I don't think, well, Ryan just asked really quickly, should the giveaway product be related to your PL product? And the answer is yes, it should be, if at all possible. And then let me see, I did have another one here. Frank asked, how much do you discount the product when giving it away? I'm not sure if you answered that one or not, but generally, I like in the beginning to get a little aggressive with that in 50%. But if you just want to do a slight boost, you can do 25%. And I still think you'll do okay. But again, that's something you got to test. Test the 25% offer to half of your list and do another offer at 50% and see which one converts better. You might be surprised. Give it a shot. That's what I would do. And I think that was all I seen there, but let's kind of go back again and do a quick little recap though, Chris, for people that are still on, and we can kind of cover again, everything that we're including, inside of Giveaway Boost, not just the plugin itself, but inside of all of the different components now of Giveaway Boost is the unlimited giveaways. And someone asked in there, or a couple people asked, like, how many can I have under that one site license? And the answer is unlimited. Okay, so you're not limited. You're not going to pay monthly fee. A lot of services are charging you a monthly fee, or they're charging you a per contest, $100 per contest. So one contest costs you $100. Someone brought up a great point, Chris, too, and they said, I'm treating this one-time investment on Giveaway Boost, which is cheaper, like one promo I used to do on a review group. Like, yeah, like even more than that. I mean, gosh, if we were doing $1 giveaway, 90% off or something like that, you were losing money. Every product you were giving away was costing you money. So it could cost you $1,000 to just give that away, and you didn't have any emails to show for it. So definitely it's a great idea. So unlimited giveaways, like I said, 60 plus background images, step-by-step training. And as you guys heard, it's more than just how to set up your plugin training. It's actually the entire strategy laid out for you step-by-step, looking over Chris's shoulder. And then a private hangout to ask questions. That is a limited bonus to only people that are on the workshop. And we can only do this for a short time because, again, it's going to be live. We're going to be jumping on and hanging out with you guys for an hour, and we'll answer any questions that you guys have. So again, guys, the total value is over $1,500 if we were to break that down. And I just said, I mean, if you were to do one giveaway before using a group of some kind, you would have probably paid close to that. And now at least you're going to have some emails to show for it, and you're going to have like almost all of that money in your pocket because it's not going to cost you that. It's going to cost you $79 to get started, which is crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. So again, $79 a year, and that'll be unlimited contests, one site license, 60 plus background images, list building course, 50% off your renewal. So again, you're locked in there at the 50% off. So next year it'll be half of the 79. And you can always go to theamazingseller.com/boost. And if you're on the workshop, you're going to get that special price. If this link is out there, I don't know, a week or two from now, it'll probably be at the regular price. And then from there, whenever it increases, it will go up from there. So Chris, is there anything else you wanted to add before we jump off here?
No, I mean, there's a whole bunch of people who are already well on their way to getting their giveaways up and running from the sound of it. Dino says, I was using Gleam and I'm tired of paying monthly to run giveaways if I don't run it for a month and I still have to pay for it. Exactly. And guys, this is something that I think is going to be awesome for you guys. No, strike that. I know it's going to be awesome for you guys just based on the results that we've seen in our own brands. And we know how powerful this can be. And it's something that is going to be critical in 2017, 2018, 2019, moving forward, because you're not just going to have this list that lets you launch products on Amazon. It's also available for all of the other things that we talked about, like product research and telling you which direction you should go, and some really, really cool things that you can do with it outside of Amazon as well, which we didn't even get into tonight. And so having this email list moving forward 2017, 2018, 2019 is going to be critical for Amazon sellers. And I know because you guys were on here with us tonight, and just based on the reaction, that you guys are absolutely going to crush it with this strategy.
Let's jump back on camera real quick and say goodnight to these guys.
If I can figure
so out I am there. Let's see if we can get Chris on camera.
I don't know how to stop it.
I know that's your first time driving the ship.
Well, I drove for the last time we did this too. It says I'm still screen sharing, but I am not still screen sharing.
Okay. Well, I can see my screen down in the corner there, and I think everyone else can as well. It looks, there you go. I think we might have Chris back. So let's give it a second here to catch up and see if Chris is with us. And again, I just want to say, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us. Hopefully this has been eye-opening for you guys. Hope you guys are really excited. I know a lot of you are going to be running some contests here and some giveaways and start building that list, which I'm really excited about. And look at that, Chris Schaefer back in the room.
Back.
Man, where'd you go for a coffee break? Did you go down to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks and grab yourself a coffee? Because
I need some caffeine, man.
It seems like you were gone a while. All right, yes. Yeah. So, I was just telling everyone, I mean, at this point, I think everyone has the right resources right now that you guys need. You have the right information. We've broken everything down. A lot of people in there in the chat saying like, you guys crushed it. You guys killed it. You guys did awesome. And that's what we want to hear. I want to know that you walked away with some nuggets. Whether you invest in Giveaway Boost or not, I don't care. I just want you building a list. All right. And I want you to be launching products to that list. And I want you to be communicating with that list. And I want you to start learning about Facebook ads and how you can then, show your products or your content to those people. And once you understand that, I'm telling you, it's a game changer, because then it really doesn't just depend on Amazon, and your competition, I can almost guarantee, is not doing what we're talking about. All right. So you'll get those advantages. And I think it's really, really critical. So, Chris, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Is there anything else you wanted to wrap up with or end with?
No, I think you just about crushed it there with that last little ninja trick nugget, man. That last little nugget, which is, if you're not doing this and your competition is, you're in trouble. If you're doing this and your competition isn't, you're ahead. Right? So there's no reason either way not to be doing it. And I promise you, you're going to be surprised at the results that you get from this strategy, not just on the front end with that giveaway, but with how fast you can launch products and get 25, 27 sales the first day, 35, 37 sales the next day, and then watch that organic flywheel take off without you having to do anything, right? Maybe turn on some PPC and watch it go to 15, 20 sales a day organic, and sit back and watch it happen. So
yeah, no, it's good stuff. And I can just see from all of the attendees and everyone that's still with us, well over 100 people still on with us. Again, guys, I just want to say thank you for taking the time, and I hope that this has been valuable. I hope that your mind, your brain is like saying like, oh my gosh, like this is so exciting. Like I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I'm so excited. And I want to get my first giveaway set up, or maybe you're going to brainstorm about what you could give away, and all of that stuff. So definitely apply this stuff. Don't just consume it, apply it. And there's not a better time than starting right now. Like it's literally the best time right now to start this and to start building that list and that, like I said, that launch list. So that way there you can get your sales started quicker, and you can also get some intel on your market. So that's it, guys. That's going to wrap it up. Chris, I want to thank you again, brother. It's always a pleasure. And I'm proud of you, man. You did some good training in that course that you put together. I'm really blown away. I wasn't expecting it to be as much. Like you really went to bat.
There's some chunky stuff in there, man.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not happy with some of it, so I'm actually going to reshoot some of it. But
okay. All right. Well, hey, at least he's honest. But I mean,
I had one of my team walk through it, and she said the same thing. She said, there's a lot of material in here. And I said, I don't like that part. And she said, shut up, it's fine. I said, no, it doesn't make sense to me. So I know it's not going to make sense to them. So I'm actually going to reshoot a couple of those videos tomorrow, but you guys won't see them yet anyway. So hopefully you'll get the newer and improveder version of that.
Nice.
Go through that. So guys, let us know if that's helpful for you as well as you walk through that. And if there's anything that's missing from that as well, let us know. That supported the Amazing Seller. And if it's something that makes sense in that training, we'll see if we can add it.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. Have an awesome night. Have an awesome day whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this live, then have a great night. And if you're watching this during the day, have a great day. All right, we'll see you guys. Take care. And as always, take action, as our shirts say here tonight. Together, we have our Take Action shirt on. We'll see you guys.
Planned that.
Yeah, we did. We called each other. We'll see you. Take care. Bye.